Okay.
Hey, I know, I need this. So you need to get off it. Get off.
I think it's working.
Yeah.
In theory.
They just saw me get destroyed by Lady.
Yeah, they did. Hi, everybody. My patrons are aware of streaming issues that YouTube recently changed all of the rules for how you live stream. So if you're a patron of mine, you know that I recently fought a battle. My live streams have been weird, but welcome to a random live stream hangout. Brian and I are currently unpacking our apartment. There's Brian.
What's up?
We're like totally moving around our living room. So this isn't going to be a very official live stream. But it's just going to be hanging out. I'll come over and see what people in the chat are saying every now and then, or Brian will, and we can answer questions and chat, and generally this is just going to be us moving around our living room trying to get stuff done. Because we moved into this apartment, I think it's been 3 weeks.
Something like that.
3 weeks ago now. And we have, like, a lot of boxes still all over the apartment. I know, right? 3 weeks and we haven't totally unpacked. It's wild. So I thought it would be fun for us to start working on this.
Yeah, it's fun to work.
It's fun to work.
Hooray.
Let's see. How are the animals adjusting to the new home? Good.
Yeah, I think so. They have more windows to look out.
They have so many more windows to look out right now. Leia basically spends all of her time in my room looking out my front window, and then when I let her out in the morning, she runs out here to this window that I'm in front of so she can look out this window and see what's going on there instead. And Cora, the dog, she likes to sit on my bed because it's right up against my bedroom window, and she watches us when we leave, and she's still watching when we come back, and it's really sad.
It is.
It's really sad to see her doggo eyes, but they all really like all of the windows.
Yeah.
I like the new windows, too.
I do, too. There's a lot of light.
There's a lot of light in this apartment, which is different. I don't know.
It gets darker earlier.
It does get darker
during
earlier.
the times that there is light, there's more of it.
There's more of it. Yeah, our last apartment, like, it did have windows, but there were a lot of parts of it that felt very dark. And it's probably because, I don't know, there weren't as many windows. It was just a darker apartment.
Yeah, it was, like, there were windows in the bedroom and stuff like that. But the other thing is that we had AC there.
Oh,
and
that's
so,
right.
Like, here, we're forced to open the windows in order to stay cool. So...
Yeah, we don't have AC here. That was not a thing that's included here. Yeah, apparently Pacific Northwest doesn't really do AC in apartments, so we have a lot of fans. What is our favorite thing about the new apartment? I like that we have a fireplace.
Yeah, I
like
the fireplace.
Right now the fireplace is more of a hazard because we haven't figured out how to keep the cats out of it, but like it makes me feel very ritzy that we have a fireplace.
Yeah, we have a wood-burning fireplace.
We have a wood-burning fireplace.
I like the light.
I like the light a lot. I like that...
Our kitchen faucet is
really
Our
kitchen
nice.
Faucet is really cool. That's like...
It's a strange thing to like, but I like it.
That's adulthood. There, you can kind of see it in the corner of this, but there's this, open area bar between the kitchen and the dining room. And
yeah.
I really like that. I think that's going to be nice when we have, like, people over.
Have people over.
Shut up. People might come over. But I don't know, it really opens up the space a lot so that you can see from the kitchen into the dining room. And that's another thing that makes me feel all, like, grown up. Like, open concept. Yeah.
And then the light, too. I really like the light.
Yeah, well, and I think the open concept helps with the light, too.
Yeah. 100% though, my favorite thing about the apartment is that it's not in Utah.
Yeah, that's true.
That it's here in Washington. Like, this place is gorgeous.
This place is gorgeous. It is absolutely incredible here. I don't know why I didn't think of that as being my favorite part of it, too. That is also my favorite part of this apartment.
I mean, they asked about the apartment, and, you know,
yeah.
like to be technical. So.
True, that's true. What am I currently reading? Are both of my books that I'm currently reading in my bedroom? I think they are.
I think so, yeah.
I am currently reading Wilder Girls by Rory Power with the group. I have a reading group on Caravan, and we are reading Wilder Girls together. So I'm like a third of the way through Wilder Girls. And then I just started reading Blanca y Roja by Anna Marie McLemore. And I'm enjoying that as well.
Did you say Macklemore?
McLemore?
Macklemore is a local.
Macklemore is a local. So yeah, it is currently Hispanic Heritage Month from September 15th to October 15th, I believe. So I'm trying to read more books by Latinx authors for these next couple of weeks. And so a lot of people said that Blanca y Roja was, like, a good one for this time of year. It's very autumnal, and I totally agree with that. I've only read one of her other books, or one of their other books. Sorry, my apologies. I read their book, Wild Beauty. That's the only other book I've read by that author. So I'm excited to explore more of their work. Let's see. Always wanted to visit Washington State. I think it's great here. I've been here before.
First time.
Yeah, Brian has never been here before and moved here. I've been here once to visit my aunt and uncle because my aunt and uncle live in Seattle. I really love it in Washington. I think it's gorgeous. I love the Pacific Northwest in general. Let's see.
Pacific Northwest isn't in the military. You know that.
See, really want to read Wilder Girls. I'm liking it so far. It's really spooky. Totally agree.
Is it?
It is. It's spooky. It's I think I told you what it was like. It's like Annihilation.
Oh yeah.
So there's a lot of like body horror elements. Do you want me to?
I just needed her to move out of the way.
Okay. Let's see. Are you going to display your Funko Pops differently than in the last apartment?
I mean.
Yes.
By necessity.
By necessity,
yeah.
Yes. So when we moved, we lost a few pieces of furniture. We lost a lot of furniture, actually.
Yeah.
We weren't able to bring our couches. We now have new couches. And in the moving truck, one of our shorter bookshelves completely, like, fell to pieces. Literally crumbled to pieces. And the other one, something in it broke, so now we only have half the bookshelf as opposed to the entire bookshelf. So that means, by necessity, we have to change how we're displaying our Funko Pops. But I think we're really going to take advantage of this wall that's back here in the dining room and put up some shelves and stuff. I think it'll be good. Let's see. I'm glad I'm not the only one who says Blanca y Roja. After the author said that that's how they always hear it in their head, I was kind of like, yeah, it would be very, like, Americanized to me to completely change what that ampersand stands for. So I always say it the way the author prefers it.
Because it's a Spanish title.
Because it is. Because it's not a title that is in English, and I always go out of my way to respect that with authors and with book titles and with anything.
Some people say Blanca and Roja. ew. I mean, if you do that, like, whatever, but ew.
That's mean.
I know, I'm a mean person. No, I'm the guy at Cafe Rio who's saying tamales.
Yeah.
So
I guess it's in my nature to want to pronounce things the way that the people who created those things want them pronounced. But that's just me. Let's see.
Sorry if I offended anyone.
You're good. I just googled Anna Marie McLemore and can't find anywhere saying McLemore uses they, them pronouns. They recently came out on Twitter. I believe specifically, I think they said it could be she, her, or they, them, but I honestly didn't remember off the top of my head, so I defaulted. But let me see if I can find the tweets. Yes, it's she and they, according to their Twitter. So, I follow Anna Marie on Twitter, and that was a whole part of her coming out process.
Also, hashtag singular they.
True. Yeah, did you hear that the dictionary officially added it as a, like, non-binary pronoun?
Yeah, Merriam-Webster.
Yeah.
I shared that at my work. My work has this big thing about not using singular they, which I understand. It's technically the rule, but it shouldn't be.
It shouldn't be.
People use it all the time.
Mm-hmm.
Like, where's Mark? Oh, they're on their way. It's fine.
It's easy.
Everyone knows what it means.
It's just, as soon as it becomes contextualized with having to use it with gender, that people are like, oh, I don't know if that's accurate. Which
exactly.
is stupid. See, I read Wilder Girls, and really enjoyed it. I don't get the Lord of the Flies comparison, though. Yeah, I think the only comparison is because it's about girls being abandoned on an island and having to survive, and it was sort of like, a lot of people use Lord of the Flies to be like, this is a look at the human condition, what would happen if we were left this way? And,
especially children.
Yeah, especially children, and I think that people were comparing it to Lord of the Flies to be like, well, that's what would happen if you left young boys alone on an island. What if we looked at a different group of people instead of considering that, like, the baseline for all humanity? So, like, what if there are more openly queer people there? What if they come from different economical backgrounds? That kind of stuff. I don't really see the full comparison, but when it was first announced, I can understand why that was one of the buzzwords. I'm glad that that comparison has dropped off more now that the book has been released, because I think that there's a lot more to it than that.
These wires are going to be gross, but we're not going to look at them that much, so whatever. TV setup.
Yay! TV setup! I think they're going to be fine.
Yeah.
My friend Rachel wants to know why you weren't her Twitter friend.
What? Have you sent me a Twitter? Like, follow me, I'll follow you. Send me a DM, too. Do I get DMs? Is that a thing I do?
Yes, you do get DMs.
Yeah.
Brian's Twitter is Doodlebam USA.
You know why? Because a French guy stole Doodlebam. It's like Doodlebom. And he doesn't use it, and I'm very upset, and I want it.
Rachel is following you, so...
So I didn't follow her back?
Yeah.
It's because I'm technologically inept. No, that's not true. I'm not technologically inept. I'm Twitter inept. Like, I barely just learned how to, like, at someone. So, and a lot of people apparently don't want to be added.
Well, that's true.
Yeah, send me a DM or something like that, and I'll make sure to follow you.
Let's see.
There it is.
Oh, wow. I just scrolled down so far and missed a bunch of questions. Okay. What does Brian work with? I think because you said your work.
Oh, sorry. I work for... Where am I in this here? Okay, I work for Western Governors University, and honestly, it's a great place. It's a online university that's competency-based. So it's all about showing that you know something rather than spending a certain number of hours in a classroom or online. They only have 4, maybe 5 colleges right now.
Mm-hmm.
They've got a lot of programs in them, and I work as an editor for them. I make sure that all the tests are consistent and non-biased and are good to go. So go WGU.
Let's see.
No one tell WGU that I disparaged their use of they. They might get fired.
Yeah, don't let the people know.
Don't at them, right? Did I use that right?
You did it right.
Okay.
You did it right. Let's see. Has anyone on here read Darius the Great is Not Okay? If so, I would love to hear your opinion on the first half, because I don't want to wait till Tuesday to talk about it at school with the club. I mean, I've read it. I absolutely adore Darius the Great is Not Okay. I was actually talking about it last night. I think LGBTQ Reads, Dahlia posted something about who is the dream queer author for you to meet, and I've met 2 of mine in the past week. But if there was one more that was on my list, it would be Adib Karam, author of Darius the Great is Not Okay, and I'd probably cry on him if I met him, because while the queer themes of that book are really understated to the point that, like, it's been called a pre-coming out story, it's one of those books that if I hadn't read it, I don't know where I would be in my mental health journey. I don't know how much longer it would have taken me to, like, be diagnosed and get meds for depression. So I don't know how to be objective about that book because, you know, it kind of saved me a little bit. I think the first half is brilliant, although I can understand if it would be a bit slow moving, especially if you don't know a ton about Star Trek, because Darius uses Star Trek Next Generation to, like, understand so much of his relationship with the world. But
good.
Yeah. I actually watched all of Star Trek Next Generation since reading that book, and I want to reread it now that I've actually watched the entire show, because when I started the book, I hadn't seen any of the show. And now I've seen all of it. We finished it a couple weeks ago.
And you only have one more movie to go.
I have one more movie to go, and then I will have watched the entirety of Next Generation, which is cool. I think that book is great.
Next Generation?
Yes. And I think the book is great. Darius the Great is Not Okay.
Oh.
Hey, are you reading anything right now?
Me?
Yep.
Let's see. I don't think so. I mean, the last thing I read was The Fallen Empire.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, that counts as reading.
Okay.
The Collapsing Empire. We listened to an audiobook on our drive up here from Utah. The Collapsing Empire by John Scalzi. It's the first in the trilogy called The Interdependency. And it was really, really good. Will Wheaton read it. So, more Star Trek Next Generation. But it was a really brilliant book. It has one main character who's bisexual.
And she's great.
She is amazing. I fucking love her.
I would die for that woman.
I would die for that woman. But it's a really, really good book. We loved listening to that on the way up here. And the second one is already out, and we're trying to figure out a way that we can listen to that one. And then the third one comes out next April. Has it rained since we got here? Yes. Non-stop.
What?
Non-stop.
Tell them about the thunderstorm, though.
Oh, the thunderstorm. Okay, so there was this thunderstorm. Like, our first week here, it was only a couple days into us living here.
Yeah.
And it was an intense thunderstorm. But we're from the Midwest. So we were just kind of like, oh yeah, thunderstorms, because there are always lightning and thunderstorms. And then it turns out those are really rare here. So people in Seattle were freaking out.
They were losing their mind.
And we were like, oh yeah, just a lightning storm. And the only time that it occurred to us that it might be an intense thunderstorm is thunder started and it didn't stop for like a full minute. It just kept going.
At least a minute.
We just sat here and listened to it as it continued to roll. And it's weird because when it went on for longer than usual, I think my brain was like, ah, yes, the mountains are echoing it back at you.
Nope.
But that doesn't happen here. So it was just continuous thunder.
Yeah, it was this boom, and then I remember at least twice waiting and waiting and waiting, and then going, it's still going.
And it's been raining a lot ever since. It's raining constantly. Brian, you have a majestic beard.
Thank you. Here I come back to the stream to show off my majestic... I mean, honestly, that means a lot to me. I have a lot of, like, confidence issues, especially when it comes to my face and my beard.
Mm-hmm.
So that really means a lot. Thank you so much.
Oh my god, we're wearing reverse colors.
Gross.
Disgusting.
At least we're not wearing the same...
At least we're not wearing the same thing.
Franchise.
We did that once. I went to go get new tires on my car, and while we were waiting to get new tires, the guy who was helping us was like, you guys are both wearing Star Wars shirts, and we hadn't realized until that moment, and
so
we
both
literally...
vomited.
Yeah, we literally looked at each other and at the same time went, oh, gross. Disgusting.
How do we want this?
How do we want this?
If there's a thing back there,
One
do
second.
we want it, like, across?
Yeah,
Or do we want
I
it
think,
like this?
I think across to make this room feel its length.
Okay. So do we want it underneath, like, the couch that's
Yeah.
going to be here?
I think so.
Okay.
I think.
You know what? For now, let's table that.
Okay.
And, like, put this down afterwards.
Okay. After we figure out where we want stuff.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because...
Yeah.
it'll be pretty easy to, like, move a couch and then
put
set
that
this
down.
down, and then, yeah.
Okay.
So.
Okay. Figured it out, kind of. But yeah, we wore matching shirts and it was disgusting. That was the point. Have I read Giant Days? Just started the comics and love them. I love Giant Days. I've only read the first 2 volumes. I really want to continue on in the series. I had Giant Days because my ex bought them. And then when we broke up, she didn't want the first 2 volumes anymore, so I kept them. And I feel like that's been my mental block for getting new ones. But I absolutely loved the first 2 volumes of Giant Days, so I really want to continue on reading them. Which authors did you meet? I met on Tuesday, I met Gabby Rivera, author of Juliet Takes a Breath, which is one of my favorite books of all time. And then just today, we got back a couple of hours ago, I went and met Seanan McGuire, author of the Wayward Children series, like Every Heart a Doorway. And that was pretty amazing. Those are 2 of my favorite authors of some of my favorite books ever. It was really cool. Let's see.
I technically met one of them.
Yes,
and
Brian.
I was in the same room as them.
Brian technically also met Seanan McGuire because he was there with me.
Watch out for that sweet vlog footage.
Yeah. Brian has filmed some awesome vlog footage recently that's gonna be in stuff. Watch Voyager and Deep Space Nine as well.
We're on Voyager.
We're watching Voyager. We literally turned off Voyager to start working on this. I know it doesn't look like I'm doing anything. I should be helping.
No, you're fine. You're fine. I'll let you know once I need your help.
Okay.
It's like one-person jobs.
Okay.
You would be getting in the way.
Sad times. No, we're currently watching Voyager. We're just about to finish the first season of Voyager. I don't think we'd thought about watching Deep Space Nine.
Yeah, I mean...
Because you've seen Deep Space Nine,
I
right?
have seen Deep Space Nine. I've seen it twice, and it's okay, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Like, it's very Next Generation E.
Mm-hmm.
And they're trying to do new things with it. I wasn't as engaged by the storylines, especially because later on they become continuous. Like, one episode leads into the next, leads into the next. So, it's less episodic and more serialized.
Okay.
And that's not really what I want from my Star Trek.
Makes sense. Okay. So yeah, I'm watching Voyager, on Brian's recommendation and on the hearty recommendation of my therapist.
That's great.
My my therapist who once said the words to me, you know, Voyager is like the vlog of Star Trek, which might be the most iconic thing he's ever said.
It is, though. It's like, hey guys, checking in from the Delta Quadrant. Today we looked at some stuff instead of going home.
Let's see. What's your opinion on Hermione and Luna as a ship? I mean, they...
Aren't you a Ginny ship?
I do love Ginny and Luna. Ginny and Luna are my babes forever.
I do think Luna's very polyamorous, though.
Yeah.
And I think that Ron would be, like, cool with Hermione being polyamorous. So...
Yeah. I've always said that Luna's one of those people that can, like, take on any headcanon. She's so adaptable that so many people can see themselves in her.
Don't tell anyone, but secretly CC ships Hermione with Snape.
Oh, God. No, Brian just brings it up all the time to...
Make you throw up.
To take me 0 to 60 on rage. Have you read the Murderbot Diaries? No, but I really want to. I've heard they're fantastic.
Murderbot?
Murderbot Diaries.
Like a robot that murders?
I think so.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure.
Pretty sure.
I'm pretty sure. Pretty sure. Yeah.
Okay. This. I'm gonna need your help moving stuff off of it so that we can move it over there.
Okay. I'm gonna move you guys for a minute.
Oh, you want to move them up here?
If it'll stay up there.
It should.
Okay. We're gonna move you guys onto our,
You're flying. Yeah? Yeah.
Yeah, this is our... What is this?
Mantle.
Hearth? Mantle?
Hearth?
Hearth?
It's not hearth.
No, it's a mantle.
Yeah, hearth has to be around the whole fireplace. Right?
Yeah, this is just over the fireplace. I feel like I'm really behind on comments. I will help in just a second. Are you going to do Twilight stuff now that you're in Washington?
I mean, it's almost guaranteed.
It's absolutely guaranteed. Almost guaranteed. Who are you? I recently made Brian watch all 5 Twilight movies. What is your review of the Twilight movies?
My review is that I would not have been so receptive to them had I not already watched the riff tracks for Breaking Dawn Part 1.
Like a billion times?
A billion times, and known all about dog face painting. If you ever watch the movies, Bella, in the first movie, the second movie, and the fourth?
Yeah, Breaking Dawn Part 1 is the fourth one.
Fourth one has a framed picture of a dog face next to her bed.
It's like a painting. It's
called dog face painting.
It's called dog face painting.
Well, what's crazier than that is that if you watch the Sia music video for, what is it?
Oh, it's not Chandelier, is it?
It might be.
One with the little ballerina girl.
They all have her.
Oh, they do?
Yeah, it's the one where they're in the apartments with the rooms, and she's going from room to room.
It's the same dog face painting. It's a conspiracy.
It's right in the beginning in the first room.
Yeah, when she's like hanging out in the doorway, the dog face painting is on the wall. But like, what did you think about the movies themselves?
I think that I was a bigger fan of the side characters' actors and their acting ability than the main characters.
I mean, side characters are played by, like, Anna Kendrick.
Yeah.
Oh, and Mustache Dad.
Mustache Dad.
Mustache Dad.
Is my spirit animal.
That's actually appropriate.
I apologize. Mustache Dad is my role model. Sorry about that. I apologize. We just saw Hustlers, and they said spirit animal.
They did.
And got caught in my brain.
But yeah, Charlie is the best.
Yeah, Mustache Dad is the reason to watch the whole series.
Let's see. The point is, I never said I like Hermione and Luna because I like the opposites attract element without Hermione having to be paired off with, like, someone who's bullied her or called her racial slurs.
That's why she belongs with Harry.
No! Oh my god! No! Your comments about Hermione Snape got some vomity faces.
Hooray!
And a Hermione Snape is the only ship worse than Hermione and Draco.
What about Hermione Hagrid?
Ooh. Brian, why would you even joke about that?
Because I'm a bad person.
Could I do a vlog of visiting Forks? Absolutely. 100%.
If not a, like, full series on it.
Yeah, like a whole thing. Coradago. Where's Coradago?
She's down
Coradago!
here. Yeah.
Come here, Cora. Can you see her?
There she is.
Right
yeah.
here?
Come here. Okay, sit. High five.
Oh, good girl.
She's
Shake.
definitely there. Yeah.
Shake. Good shake. Other shake. Good other shake.
Stick these things in here.
Is Hustlers worth seeing? Yes.
Yeah, I think so. Definitely.
Yes.
It's definitely not a movie that I think on my own I would have ever like thought to go and see in theaters. But I was really surprised by how good it was.
Yeah,
so.
well, and we just got the Regal Unlimited thing, so we do like a monthly subscription, and we can go see as many movies as we want at Regal theaters. So it means that we are going to see a lot more movies now that we might not have necessarily seen in theaters before, because it's just worth it.
I don't think we need to necessarily move those.
Okay.
It was mostly moving so that we can get this off.
Okay.
We're going to need to put that like here
there
for now so that we can get the desk over there.
Okay.
It's pretty heavy. You're going to want to have like an arm underneath of there. Like. Okay, and then if we can just move it a little more over there. All right, scoot, scoot.
Scoot, scoot. Scoot, scoot.
She's so scared.
I know. We're moving stuff around again. See, Charlie's the best. I love Charlie. Yes, Mustache Dad is Brian's Patronus. That is
Patronus.
When that is kind of become the term that more people use now.
Yeah, so like if I did Expectum Patronus, he'd just come out and be like, I don't know about this fella.
Yeah, exactly. I haven't read Gideon the Ninth yet. I'm working on it. I really want to. Let's see. Thank you, everybody. We are very strong. Booktubers have time for movies? Yes. I spend most of my time watching movies. I think I don't know, this month I don't know if I've spent more hours watching movies than reading books, but in the past couple I probably have.
Yeah, so I'm going to lift this.
Okay.
We got to be careful with this seam.
Okay.
So mostly you're going to be like pushing but lifting just a little bit.
Good.
Why are you going that direction?
I'm not.
Okay.
I'm literally not.
Okay. I must be dragging in that direction then. You want to keep going? A little bit more. There you go. Just a little bit more back that way. Does that look good? Is that good for you?
Yeah. That's good. Okay, how far are we from Forks?
A drive away.
We are a certain amount of time away.
I'm not sure.
Not too bad. It would be like a day's, like a
day trip out of it?
A day trip out of it. It's like a little over 3 hours. Yes.
And then that'll be most of the big stuff.
Sorry.
It's okay. back it up to those things. Is it back against that? Okay. If it is, then cool.
So, yeah.
Cool. Perfect.
We did it.
We did it.
We did it. We moved it. Here. Ta-da!
Jazz hands.
But yeah, I watch a lot of movies. I spend most of my time watching movies. We're a movie household. It's actually going to lead into new projects eventually. Spoilers! But Brian and I are working on a cool project together.
Has to do with the movies.
Are your bookshelves going to be different here? Did you figure out a new system? My bookshelves are going to be different. I don't know my new system yet, but I am organizing them differently. That's been my plan basically from the moment I packed them up. I have new plans, new goals. They're going to be different. Traditionally, I always organize them by author's last name, A to Z, but I think I'm going to start splitting them up into sections and see how that goes. Brian, did you just say expectum patronus instead of expecto patronum?
No, expectum patronus. Yeah, like you're going to expect them. Your patronus. I'm expecting them. I'm expecting a good patronus to show up out of the tip of my wand. Here we go. Expecting.
Oh, jeez.
Expectum patronus.
Oh, thank you for people who like my Sunnydale shirt. This is from, Box Lunch. It's from Box Lunch. I love it.
No love for the sugar daddy.
No love for the sugar daddy shirt. Apparently we missed out on an opportunity to say pivot!
What?
When we were trying to move the...
Oh, pivot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When we were moving in, Brian's sister kept saying that when we were trying to get the couch up the stairs. Let's see. Favorite movies you've watched recently?
What is the one we went and saw just before?
Just before Hustlers?
Yeah. Was that it? Or we saw something?
We saw it in chapter 2, but we saw something else.
Yeah.
What did we see between Hustlers and It Chapter 2?
It was in the theater.
It was in the Nice Theater.
The Nice Theater. It should be in your tickets.
It is. That's exactly where I'm going. Where are my tickets? I have that. My tickets. Good Boys.
Good Boys was really good.
We liked Good Boys.
It was really funny. We stand some Good Boys.
Oh, we stand their version of masculinity, especially.
It's so healthy. Like, legit.
Legit so healthy. We just recently rewatched Booksmart, which I absolutely fucking love Booksmart. It's so good. I keep a list of every movie I watch in my phone, so I'm literally just pulling up our list.
I feel like Booksmart is my female equivalent, like is my female version of I Love You Man. In that it's my I think it's my go-to buddy film now. Yeah. It's so good.
It's so good. Like, I Love You Man was great, and it is great.
I Love You Man is perfect.
I Love You Man is perfect, and it's perfect for our friendship, and it's like we just needed a lesbian equivalent of that to complete the fullness of our friendship.
We've
done it. We've done it. Oh, and The Descent was really good.
Oh, yeah.
That's an older one. It's from 2005. It's creepy as hell. You watched The Burbs and Hudsucker Proxy for the first time.
Yes, those were both really funny.
The Burbs and Hudsucker Proxy were really good. Those are 90s movies. Actually,
do you think that Corey Feldman needs to make a
Burbs 2?
A Burbs 2.
Yeah, that'd be pretty great. With your brown hair coming in, you look so similar to Zoe. Yeah.
Take that, brown hair.
Take that, brown hair. I know. It is weird. Did you just say you miss Zoe?
I do.
I miss Zoe, too.
Why is it?
I don't know.
It's just weird.
No, like, so what? I'm not good enough? I'm not a good enough friend?
That is what I meant. That is what I meant. Yeah.
Apparently, I look the smallest when I'm moving furniture.
Oh, no.
I mean, I am the smallest. I'm literally 4'11". I'm a tiny, tiny person. Will you attend Vancouver events now? Probably not. Vancouver's a little far away to...
It's like a whole different country, man.
I mean, it is a whole different country, man, but like...
Whole different country, man. I'm here to fight the pop music.
Oh my god, do you want to hear something ridiculous?
Yes.
We're closer to Vancouver than Forks. So maybe.
I'm gonna get my passport.
Yeah, just Brian needs to get his passport. I will be going to Seattle events. I've already gone to a couple of Seattle events, and I'm gonna be doing a big Seattle event. Not doing a Seattle event, but going to a Seattle event.
Spoilers.
I know. I'm going to a Seattle event in October to meet Lee Bardugo. Yeah, October 10th, Lee Bardugo, Lake Forest Park. I'm going to be at that event. And then Penguin Teen is doing a Penguin Teen game night on October 17th in Seattle. That's at Third Place Books. And I will be at that event probably doing, like, live stuff.
Ooh, cat.
But I want to be where you want me to not be. That's what the cat says. Let's see. Is Our Own Private Universe by Robin Talley worth it? No. not to, not to say that, but no.
It is to say that.
It is to say that.
Yeah, that was literally to say that.
That was literally to say that. I've had really bad luck with Robin Talley personally. I find a lot of problems in her work, but Our Own Private Universe is also really good as like I'm glad it exists for young queer girls because I think it does a good job of being like, hey, girls having sex is okay. Here's how you do that safely. And I don't think we have a lot of other fiction resources for that. So I think it's good for that, and that's kind of it. It's educational, but because I didn't really need that education, there wasn't a ton of value in it for me. Let's see, I hated the second part of it, the book, so I didn't watch chapter 2. Did you like it? Yes!
Yeah, the way that I've heard it described in terms of the book is that it also encompasses a lot of the first movie into it. They also, I can't do spoilers, but they do focus a lot on the adults, but they have to use like new footage of the kids to sort of explain decisions and relationships. So I liked it. I liked the first one so much more. But that's not because this one is bad. It's because the first one was so good, in my opinion. There are definitely some moments in this one that I feel like were more like, not emotionally, but like psychologically traumatizing.
Yeah, that's fair.
And there was a particular scene that was, it still haunts me. Like it's really still sticking with me. The Funhouse.
Oh, yeah, no, that was upsetting.
Yeah.
I think the Funhouse bit was upsetting because I'm still recovering from Us. No, I liked it, chapter 2. I would say, as a warning, I don't consider this a spoiler because it's literally the first scene in the movie, but going knowing that the movie starts with, like, a gay bash, a pretty brutal one, and even if you know that going in, it is pretty hard to watch. It was hard to watch for me. I knew what was going to happen. So, like, if you're thinking about seeing it, just
know that.
And I think that the movie gets better from there, and it works to, like, make up for starting that way, but it can be really rough. That was, like, a conversation we had in the patron Discord chat about how it can be really important to warn about that happening at the beginning. How long have you and Brian known each other? I love you two together.
Well, we share a brain cell, which means
Yeah.
at least 24 years. But
but
consciously,
physically,
consciously, we've known each other for...
It's almost 6 years, isn't it?
6 or 7, something like that.
I think it's 6.
6.
Because it would have been...
Let's say 6.
Would have been the winter of 2013.
I mean, you're the one without the memory problem, so I trust you.
Ostensibly. Am I not doing my math correctly?
No. I trust you.
No, but if it was in the winter of 2013...
Then this is the winter of 2019.
Okay.
Yeah. 19 minus 13 is 6.
Okay.
So
I'm sorry, that wasn't working. It's why it's good that I know Brian, because Brian knows math and I don't. So I need that part of our brain cell.
Do we want this here or do we want the large bookshelf here?
I think we might want the larger one there.
Okay, because the larger one's also skinnier and could go here.
Oh. Ooh.
With the light over there.
Yeah.
However, this is going to probably be more visible once the other couch is in here.
Yeah.
So do you want this one over here where we can put stuff on it?
Let's put that one over here.
Okay.
It can be DVDs and stuff, and we can use that one for Funkos.
Do you want me to put the light here so it's better for reading?
Yes, so it's better for reading.
Okay.
That's all that I care about. Bookshelves and where I can read.
Exactly.
So yeah, 6 years this winter. And we do compliment each other very well. And we literally compliment each other sometimes. Every now and then.
You're great at saying words.
Did a good job lifting that.
You're a words person.
Both of our English degrees put together, and I don't think either of us is a words person.
Nope.
I said both of our English degrees. You have 2 English degrees.
I do.
All 3 of our English degrees put together, and we still aren't words people.
By our degrees combined, we're not words people.
Since we're talking movies, how did you two like Endgame and Far From Home, and how do you feel about Spidey leaving the MCU?
I'm devastated. I'm gutted.
I'm gutted.
He was so good in the MCU.
I know.
The MCU did a really good job with Spidey.
Yeah, he did an incredible job in the MCU, and I am really sad.
I'm really upset with Marvel for being greedy and wanting more money.
Yeah. Yeah, same.
Than the billions they're already making. Endgame, I really like Endgame.
We did a whole video on Endgame.
We did, yeah.
We have an hour-and-a-half long video that we posted at the very end of April about Endgame, spoilery thoughts, beginning to end.
My non-spoilery, super quick, and not nuanced review is that I liked Infinity War for its cohesive storytelling, and I liked Endgame more for its fan service, and for its action, and for how it moved the story along with all the characters.
Yeah.
I thought that was really good.
Yeah.
So, hold on, because we can move this back even further.
Right.
And it just opens it up a lot. Our fireplace is still there, but the other thing we can do is angle it like this, then we have less access to whatever's in there.
Yeah. One sec, live stream people.
And it's been a second.
I wonder if we did... Oh, I don't know how to do this. I'm trying to think of that thing I was explaining to you, the cutting the room in half with the bookshelf thing.
Mm-hmm.
If we did keep the couch here, if we put that facing the other way.
Behind the couch?
Behind the couch.
What goes in that space then? It would just be empty space.
I mean, we can put DVDs and stuff in it.
Right.
And books. Well,
you want to put a separate bookshelf here.
No. I just mean we don't need to fill this space. Or we could put a side table over here. Something that doesn't feel like we're just
that's fine.
Chunky stuff. I don't know.
But you would want to put something behind here to...
Yeah, if we
cut the room.
I don't know. I don't like how this looks.
Oh, me neither. I don't either. Hold on. I think I can do something that'll help, though. I'm going to rotate this so it's up against here.
Oh,
and that might help.
That might help.
Might make it feel like... we can also do the large bookshelf this way, too, if you prefer. And we can have, like, a smaller end table here or something.
I might like that, actually.
Let me scoot this back. Sorry, guys. We'll be right back.
I can still get through here, I guess.
Yeah, like,
Okay.
just however much it needs to be.
Yeah. Are we gonna have to angle the TV?
Probably.
Okay.
But
we can just put that here, and if we put the rug going this way, it still makes the room feel longer.
Mm-hmm.
I think.
Yeah. We do want to still want to put the coffee table this way,
yes, though. Yes, I agree.
So you'll have the rug running the same direction. Is that okay?
Yes.
Okay.
I think so.
As long as you're okay with it, because you were talking before about them being perpendicular, making it look... No, Karen was talking about that.
Karen was talking about
Sorry.
that, not me. Okay.
Put this down. Sorry, guys.
Sorry, I think we figured it out. Let's see. How do you like Nico from the Percy Jackson books? I never got... Wait, no. I did get far enough to Nico. I only read the first Heroes of Olympus book. So I've read the 5 Percy Jackson books and the first Heroes of Olympus. I liked Nico. I think I was eager to get to, like, the queer stuff in Heroes of Olympus, and I just never did, because I feel like I just wasn't as engaged with the story anymore. But the bit I did read of Nico, I really liked him. And I've heard that stuff is cute. Stuff is good. Let's see. I liked It Chapter 2 movie better, actually. I feel like the adult actors have a lot more... I don't know about emotional performances. They're accomplished actors.
Oh yeah. So the kid actors have a lot more, like, chemistry between them, but all of the adult actors are powerhouses.
Yeah.
Like, individually, each of them is so good.
It's so good.
Not to say they aren't good as a group. I'm just saying that's where their strength is.
Yeah.
Their individual...
The kids work better as a group, and the adults work better separated, which probably explains a bit of why Chapter 2 is the way it is.
Yeah.
Let's see. I didn't like It Chapter 2. I didn't know about the beginning. It was hard to watch. I've heard a lot of that. I wanted a better balance of funny and scary. I agree with that. I thought that some of the tonal shifts were really out of left field and weird.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I loved how funny it was, but there were some times that I was like, why... What was this scene trying to accomplish? Was it trying to be scary or funny? And not in you get to laugh so that you feel better about the scary stuff way, but in a what was the purpose of this scene kind of way.
Can I get your opinion on the rug placement? I don't know if I like it.
Just because it's also in line with the hall?
No, it's... I mean, maybe I'll like it more when this is moved. But, like, if it looks aesthetically pleasing to you, I know that it will be.
Okay. Let me see where you're seeing. I don't hate it.
Okay. All right. Let's try it for a bit then.
Okay. I don't hate it.
Okay.
Cool. Yeah.
I'm gonna just angle the TV.
Okay.
As opposed to the whole thing.
Okay. So, is It Chapter 2 a homophobic movie, or is it just the one character being an evil D-wad?
I don't think it's homophobic.
No, I would say it's, Pennywise and the characters at the beginning, are homophobic, but the movie itself isn't, and, like I said, I think the movie works to make up for the fact that they started brutalizing queer characters.
Yeah, and I don't even know if like Pennywise as a character is homophobic. It's just that because Pennywise feeds on the fears of people, and because one or more of the characters has the fear of
Other.
of othering. It just he uses that fear.
Yeah, he uses the fear,
part
and
of the way that he uses that fear comes out homophobic.
Yeah.
So,
which is part of the scary stuff. But
but
it's always him acting on the fears of others and the othering that people experience, and like personifying homophobia.
mhm,
But I don't think that the movie necessarily is homophobic.
Yeah.
Have you thought about playing ukulele again? Yes, I was playing ukulele the other day. Yeah. I was seeing if I could play some of the songs from the new Taylor Swift album.
Can you?
Yeah, I can.
Cool.
Yeah, I think I was playing Lover, and I Forgot That You Existed. Just because I unpacked my ukulele. So I was seeing if I could play them, and I can. So yeah, I want to. Let's see. I don't know where the Thin Mint conversation began, but no, that Thin Mint box doesn't have Thin Mints in it.
We do still have a box.
We do still have a box of Thin Mints from cookie season. My mom uses a lot of cookie boxes, like Girl Scout cookie boxes, for moving purposes, so I have a lot of Girl Scout cookie boxes that I use for moving. Some of the boxes are really good for moving books, in case you're wondering.
Oh. Sorry.
How dare you?
Sorry.
We're sorry. Let's see. Oh, I think we were talking about if they needed to have the cookies be sold year-round.
Oh, sorry.
Sorry, that's me. Yes, Girl Scout cookies need to be sold year-round.
Is this one of the places where they have different names, or is that just...
No, that's the East Coast.
Oh, thank goodness.
Yeah, we're still west, so we still get regular cookie names. Living on the East Coast was scary because they have different Girl Scout cookie names, and I never recovered from it.
Alright, this is coming over there.
Okay, I'm moving.
Quality content right here. Oof. Because it was just
the bookshelf.
Yeah.
Ooh, okay. How did you like the new Taylor Swift album? Do you have a favorite song? Yes. I absolutely love the new Taylor Swift album. I think it's my favorite Taylor Swift album.
It's pretty good.
Between that and 1989, that are my faves. And my favorite song is the first song on the album, I Forgot That You Existed. Paper Rings is a close second. I Forgot That You Existed is, like, so therapeutic for me that you're good.
I'm going to be moving through this spot, sorry. You want to, like, scoot that down, or...?
Here.
Y'all are moving again.
You're moving again. I Forgot That You Existed is my favorite song on the album because it's so therapeutic to me that I like to scream it in my car. Do you have a favorite one from Lover?
I do. The Half-Blood Prince.
Miss Americana and the Heartbreak Prince?
If you say so.
Yeah. Cool. Do you watch any anime, and if so, do you have any recommendations? I'm currently obsessed with My Hero Academia, and I need something new to watch.
So, I started My Hero Academia, and I really liked the premise, and I got into the characters. But outside of that, I've only ever watched, like, Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood. Brotherhood is the better one, in my opinion. But outside of that, like Pokemon, Digimon, have I watched any others? Like, I feel like I have watched others. Like,
I don't know. Like, I'm only thinking of ones that She Who Must Not Be Named would have watched. Like
yeah.
Black Butler or...
Elfin Lied is really good.
Did you watch... I don't know if it's anime, though. The one with the big scary monsters. The, like, skin giants who eat people.
Oh, yeah. You're talking about, oh man, they're gonna murder us in the comments.
I know.
For forgetting.
Because I don't remember what it's called.
It's called...
Attack on Titan. Thank you. Attack on Titan.
I've only watched the first season of Attack on Titan. I really liked it.
Yeah. I have watched even less anime. I have watched the first couple seasons of Sailor Moon. I've watched Ouran High School Host Club. And I've watched select episodes of Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood. So I know even less.
Really, just a...
I know. I'm a bad person.
Uh-huh. You're a bad guy. Duh. Okay, that's not good.
Let's see. Oh, thank you. It is a pretty fireplace. Now you guys can see the fireplace. Isn't it nice? It currently has clips on it so that the cats can't get into it. You should tape Christmas baubles to the underside of the mantle when the holidays come around. I mean, yes. We're gonna. And we're also gonna hang up, socks. Stockings.
Socks.
That's...
Socks. Just a couple of socks.
Oh, God.
Can't wait to have those socks up there. We're gonna go original drying our socks.
Oh, yeah, we're just gonna dry our socks in front of the wood-burning fireplace. Let's see.
Where's the elliptical go?
Ooh, shit.
Does it still go here?
I think if you can still get around here.
Oh, yeah. I mean, it'll just be up against that window. Like, if it's going to be used, it'll just need to be moved out a little bit to see the television, and then you move it back. It's just, Are you okay with it being there?
I don't know where else it would go.
Agreed.
So...
The only other place I could think of is, like, shoved back there.
But that starts to make it look so cluttered back there.
Agreed.
So, yeah, I think it has to go right here.
Okay.
So, your guys are moving again.
Look, there's our window, though.
Our window! Attack on Titan, thank you. I am compelled to say that my aunt is a voice in the dubbed version of Full Metal Alchemist and Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood.
Who does she do?
What does she voice? Please tell me. Please tell us. Do you watch Steven Universe? And if you've seen the movie, what are your thoughts?
I haven't seen it yet.
No, I haven't seen it yet. I've been told it's really good.
I've been told that I'll like it, especially because I really liked Adventure Time.
Yeah. I'm gonna turn you, actually, because it's getting really yellow in here with that light.
Okay.
But yeah, please tell us. And I think we both want to watch Steven Universe at some point. I think it's...
Don't speak for me. You're not my real mom.
Oh, no. Oh, I missed a question ages ago from Rachel. She asked what your favorite Disney character is. And definitely not for Christmas purposes.
Oh, man. Oh, that's tough. Let me think about it for a bit.
Okay.
I'll get back to that.
Favorite Disney movie, too.
Favorite Disney movie? I feel like I know this. Like I normally have an answer ready to go.
But you don't?
Give me a minute.
Okay.
I'll figure it out.
Brian will think about Disney things. Attack on Titan gets really bad, apparently.
Oh, no.
I know I need to watch Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood. Like I said, I've seen a couple of episodes. I'm just not a big anime watcher. I just haven't ever really gotten into any different anime things. Like, the most I've watched of an anime is Sailor Moon, and that's because I was dating someone who was really into Sailor Moon.
I mean, that's how everyone gets into anime.
That's fair.
It's not true. I'm sorry.
No, it's not.
I'm generalizing. I apologize.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe it'll happen someday. Do we want to talk about how we met?
Sure. Yeah, it was through my ex-wife.
Yeah, it was through Brian's ex-wife. I went to high school with Brian's ex-wife, and then we met, and Brian's the best, and I'm the best. So really, I think we came out on top in this situation. By our powers combined, we're the worst. And that's how we met. Yeah. That is that story.
Did you ever tell people how the thing I called you? Is that appropriate for this stream?
Sure. What are you talking about?
About how I called you a bitch.
Oh, that's right! The first time we hung out was winter. It was when you were in, like, your first place, right? Your aunt's place?
My aunt's place.
And we'd been hanging out. We were watching Equilibrium, the movie.
The best movie.
That's really questionable.
No, it's not the best, but
no,
it's
but
really
it's like
good.
It's like our friendship movie at this point, because it was the first movie we watched together, and we would, like, heckle the same shit at the same time, because we share a brain cell, and finally that brain cell was made whole. But he, jokingly called me a bitch, and then went, "Oh my god, I just met you! I can't call you that!" And I was like, "No, it's fine."
Like, is it too soon to call you a bitch? I'm sorry.
Because we fell into being friends so quickly that familiarity was already there. Let's see. What book are you most anticipating in 2020? The third book in the Interdependency trilogy. No, that's not true.
It is for me.
It is for Brian. That's definitely Brian's most anticipated 2020 book release. What is my most anticipated 2020 book release? I don't know if we're getting a Dreamer Trilogy book 2 in 2020, or if we're gonna have to wait longer, but it would be that, since I've already read Call Down the Hawk. I'm just living in a hell dimension where I'm the only one who's read it, and I don't know what to do, and I have to wait so much longer for the next book. The Wayward Children books, I just got the one that's coming out in 2020, Come Tumbling Down, so I'm excited about that one. I don't know, I know I have a big list on Goodreads, the way I always have a list on Goodreads of my anticipated releases. There's a queer retelling of Grease that's coming out in 2020. What is it called? It got pushed back. The release date got pushed back.
It's a book?
Yes.
Well, and then how will they do the songs?
There's no way to know.
Do you have the grommets for that shelf back there?
Yes.
Here, show me where you are in the questions. And
Okay.
I'll moderate while you go find them.
Okay. I am on...
Wait, hold on.
Yeah.
I'm going to sit down on this couch.
Okay.
Not in front of it. Because I am a lazy.
You're just tired. I'm also really anticipating All Boys Aren't Blue by George M. Johnson. The sequel to The Brilliant Death by Amy Rose Capetta. And the book I was talking about, I'm excited about Late to the Party. Oh, I can tell you what my most anticipated release is. It's Check Please, number 2. Sticks and Scones. I'm gonna die.
Okay,
I got was on Enfys Best. Yeah.
So, why do you think so few Harry Potter booktubers and booktubers in general are Hufflepuffs? What would you guess is why? I would say it's because Ravenclaws are the superior house, and Hufflepuffs are too busy being out and about and playing and, enjoying their life, while us Ravenclaws are inside reading everything. I'm not alien. Okay, I'm sorry. I'm saying that Hufflepuffs are too busy, like, having a good time doing things that are not related to booktubing. That's my thought, is that the large percentage of Hufflepuffs are out doing that. It moved all the way to the bottom.
Yeah, it does that. If you've scrolled way too far back up.
Oh no.
Keep going.
Oh, there it is. Okay. Okay, but have you listened to Lightning Thief musical? Because it legit changed my life.
I haven't, but I follow Lightning Thief on
But she follows
Twitter.
Lightning Thief on Twitter. Just had to confirm. Hello from Cedar City, by the way. Well, hello from Washington State. Do either of you do D&D or D&D related games? Okay, I have had exactly 3 D&D experiences. The first one was not actually D&D. It was called Rune Quest, not RuneScape. That's the online game, but Rune Quest. And it was a lot of fun. The game, I think, ended up going out of business because they were too thorough in like how you do every single thing you ever want to, and then there was nothing left to publish. Then I've tried to play D&D twice since then, and I've had really bad DMs. So I need to find new DMs. What about you?
Never.
Never ever. Go to the musical. This is where I sit and you do the work.
But where do I put these?
Yes.
In the bookshelf?
Yes.
Which ones?
Yes. The ones that fit.
They both do. I checked.
What?
I know.
Oh no.
So there are actually 3. There are these flat ones. Okay. The round
it's
boys.
Not those ones.
And these, but both of those fit.
Okay, so what you want to do is look at the shelves that go with that one. It's probably going to be the smaller ones. If they have a little round bit on the bottom to keep them from moving, then it's going to be the black ones.
Which ones did I put over there?
I don't know. Did you order the Call Down the Hell crate?
I didn't order it, but they're sending it to me.
Yeah.
Owl Crate sent me an email and asked if they could send it to me, and obviously I cried and said yes, please, for the love of God, send it to me. These ones on these shelves, I used these.
Okay, it's probably the same. Just check the bottom of the shelf. It's probably the smaller ones.
They do have little round thingies.
They do?
Yeah.
Then it's going to be probably the little black ones. If you bring me the shelf, I can also tell you.
Okay, hold on.
It's the 3, yeah. Okay. Do you like Slayer? Slayer,
I never read it. I heard enough reviews from Buffy fans that they didn't like it that I decided not to read it.
Is that the one you got the pin from, though, in one of the subscription boxes?
Or the patch?
Slay? No, it's a pin that you gave me.
That was for a different book.
Okay.
That one's for a book that just came out about a girl gamer, I think.
Okay.
That one's called Slay, and I haven't read that yet.
Slay, not
Slayer is the one that's in the
band.
Buffyverse.
Okay. All right. So yeah, she's a big fan of Slayer the band.
No.
Oh no, it keeps doing that.
I know. Whenever you get close to the bottom, it does that.
Where's your mouse?
It's plugged into my laptop. I can go get it.
No, you just sing for the nice people.
What?
Go get something.
Sing? No, I'm not singing. I'm gonna come see what the people say.
They're still saying sing.
No. No. Loveless by Alice Oseman, I'm super anticipating. Yes. Only Mostly Devastated is the Grease retelling I was thinking of. So thank you, I was also anticipating Only Mostly Devastated.
All right. I think, yeah. For people who have read Alice Oseman, what should I read by her? Have you read anything by Alice Oseman?
Yes. You know how you were talking about Dallin loves movies where the
They're
point
such
is
good friends.
they're just such good friends.
Mhm.
That's Alice Oseman's books.
Oh, okay.
So I've read Radio Silence and I Was Born for This. I highly recommend both. Radio Silence is good for like school anxiety, although I've heard it can be really triggering if you really have intense school anxiety because it deals with very serious mental health issues. I Was Born for This is cool if you like boy bands and fandoms while also dealing with anxiety disorder stuff.
Okay.
And they're both about them just being really good friends.
That's good. That's good. We can say Hustlers is about that too,
Yeah,
right? Hustlers is a good movie. They're just really good friends. Yeah. Have you listened to The Prom?
No, I haven't heard the best things about the musical, so I haven't.
Oh, okay. Let's see. Have you watched Dark Crystal, Age of Resistance? Not yet. It's on my watch list. We just are currently watching through Voyager. If we take a break from it, it might be one of the ones that we watch. I've only seen The Dark Crystal once.
Yeah.
It was shown to me by my ex, but I still think that it's pretty good. Have you ever watched Island Beneath the Sea by Allende? Allende? I don't know if I'm pronouncing that right. Allende. Have you ever read Island Beneath the Sea?
By Island? No.
Okay.
I see it's a question you can answer.
Oh, yeah. Is it spelled Brian or Brian? It's spelled Brian. No, it's spelled Brian with a Y, as in, why would you spell it any other way? I've also told people when I'm feeling mean that my name is Brian, not Brianne. And you can't spell Brianne with a Y unless you live in Utah. Do you have a favorite book illustration artist?
Like a person who does illustrations in books?
Do you have a favorite book illustration artist? Is the question. Answer the question.
Jim Kay.
All right. Jim Kay is her favorite. I think mine is... Oh, now I'm blanking. Who did all the art for Kingdom Come? Something... It's Alex something, isn't it?
Is it? I keep thinking of Mike Mignola.
Yeah. If I navigate off this page, will it be okay?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's just to help us see what they're seeing.
Okay. No, not that. No, not that. Graphic novel.
Artist Alex Ross?
Alex Ross.
Alex
Yeah.
Ross.
Okay.
So then navigate back over to random live show Hangout.
Okay.
And
then that will be us, which is this one?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Alex Ross?
Yeah, Alex Ross. He's a comic creator or a comic artist, but he did one of my favorite graphic novels, which is Kingdom Come.
I said Jim Kay as like someone who does illustrations in books, like
children's books.
The Harry Potter books are illustrated by Jim Kay and A Monster Calls, but like a favorite comic artist, Tilly Walden or Noelle Stevenson.
Okay.
Those are my faves.
Okay. Well, who is your favorite band / singer?
Who is my favorite band / singer?
Uh-huh.
I spent so long saying Panic at the Disco that I don't think my brain can do another one. I know, it's been a long time since that's been true, but...
Same brain cell, though, and thought pattern, because my go-to is Goo Goo Dolls. I have not listened to Goo Goo Dolls in a really long time.
But your brain says Goo Goo Dolls because it was your favorite for so long?
Yep, I've been saying that since I was 12.
Frank Turner is one of my favorite artists. Haley Kiyoko. Haley Kiyoko is probably... And Dodie.
Dodie, you like Dodie?
I like Dodie a little bit.
Big fan.
I don't want to marry her at all. I'm not desperately in love with Dodie. What are you talking about?
Can you name the first 5 good podcasts you can think of? No. I am unable to do that because I don't listen to podcasts.
I don't listen to enough podcasts. Buffering the Vampire Slayer, Raven Girls. What is it? Back Talk? Welcome to Night Vale.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah. No, really, yeah.
Yeah, really, yeah. I like Psychobabble and Another Round. Even though Another Round stopped uploading episodes a long time ago, I was obsessed with Another Round.
Cool.
I used to listen to podcasts when I worked at Target. Now I don't have an opportunity to listen to podcasts, so...
Cece, what are your thoughts on Anne Rice's Vampire Chronicles? Have you read them?
I have not read them. I've seen the movie.
The movie? There's more than one movie.
Oh, I'm sorry. I've also seen...
Queen of the Damned?
I saw the other movie before I saw...
You saw Queen of the Damned before you saw Interview with the Vampire?
Yeah, you made me watch
That's
Queen of the
right.
Damned.
So that then Interview with the Vampire would be a masterpiece by comparison.
I don't remember anything about Queen of the Damned. I thought Interview with a Vampire was fine.
Yeah, I mean, it had Christian Slater in it, though. Christian Slater.
Does this really only have 3 shelves? Shouldn't it have 4?
I think it only has 3.
What? Okay.
Put 2 of them up top, though.
Yep.
Because we'll be able to see that.
Butter.
How do you feel about the TV adaptation of Evelyn Hugo by Freeform?
I think Brian can answer that.
Yeah, she was really, really excited about it, and then she found out it was by Freeform, and Freeform tends to make garbage television. So
at least by my standards.
Yeah, by your standards, I would guess tentatively or apprehensively excited.
Yeah, I'm excited, but I really wish someone besides Freeform was making it.
Like if it was a Netflix series or something like that.
Netflix series would be amazing. Do I need to move one of these down or one of these up?
No, I think that's...
That's right.
Yeah. You can move one of them up. Like the top one. If you want. But I think it'll be better like that. Alright. Thoughts on the Grishaverse TV show?
I'm excited about it.
She's excited.
I think you might like that one. That's Six of Crows and Crooked Kingdom. It's the one that's like the fantastical heist books. That's part of that.
Okay.
So it's going to be like a big epic fantasy series that's combining that along with a first trilogy that I never read. So I think it might be something you like.
Okay.
Because I think it's going to be dark and weird, and they're going to pull off fantasy heists.
Do you know what network it's on?
Netflix.
Netflix? Okay. Yeah. I mean, I've seen the stuff for the Witcher series, and that looks awesome. Okay. Have you ever read the graphic novel Bone by Jeff Smith? I have not. I tend to mostly stick towards the superhero stuff. I just didn't have access to a lot of superhero literature as a kid, but I was very fascinated by superhero TV and toys and stuff like that. So I as an adult, being able to see those characters worked in different ways is very fascinating to me. And to see other ways in which superheroes and like the genre of superheroes is done is very, very cool. So I'll have to check out Bone though. Have you read that before?
I have not.
She has not. Cece, have you read or heard of The Lady's Guide to Celestial Mechanics by Olivia Waite?
Yes, I'm obsessed with the cover. It's like a romance novel, like a historical romance, where the men always have their shirts open and the women are in those big fabulous dresses, like clinging to them. But it's two ladies.
Okay, nice.
I really want to read it.
Do either of us like Paramore? Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Whenever Paramore comes on, I'm like, oh, this is a jam.
This is a jam. We love listening to Paramore.
Yeah. Have we ever read the comic series Green Wake? If not, I would recommend it. The art is really great in it too. I haven't not, so I will have to check it out. Love Dodie. Buffering's great.
Yes.
Let's see. Another round for Turner's Tale. Would I be willing to tell us a little more about myself?
Ooh.
What do you want to know? I'm kind of an open book, so
that's true, yeah.
Ask me questions and I will tell you no lies. Benjamin Franklin said that during the First World War.
Oh my God.
Let's see. What's good queer sci-fi fantasy TV shows or movies? I'm tired of combing through sad gay movies.
Sense8 is my favorite sci-fi show with queer characters. Movies are so far behind on representation that it's like honestly absurd. So I'm just going for shows. Sense8 is my favorite. I know there are others.
Like, would you consider Magicians a queer television series?
Yeah.
I love that one.
That is, and there are multiple queer main characters, I would say, because there's Elliot, but I also think Quentin is...
Yeah, he's definitely somewhere in the not hetero.
Yeah, in the bisexual range. Yeah, The Magicians is queer, and it's really good. I've heard that new show, Another Life, is pretty queer. The one with Katie
Sackhoff.
Katie Sackhoff. I've heard that's a pretty gay show.
Starbuck. She was Starbuck in Battlestar Galactica.
Oh, okay.
That's
I was like, you just said nonsense.
The lady from Oculus.
Yeah, those are some of my faves.
They're recommending that I should watch or read Vicious by Vishwab.
By Vishwab.
I mean, you have them and you've told me about them and they sound great.
Yeah. I think you would like them, but I don't think that you would read them. Yeah,
I do have brace yourselves. I have a problem with reading like printed stories. Number one, because my mind wanders too much. And number two, just because I prefer visual audio storytelling. So I'm very audio based in my love of stories. So I think I might like audiobooks more, but it's also a combination of the two senses that really engages me. So I'm more of a film story person.
They are supposedly adapting Vicious.
Oh, I'm there. 100%.
Yeah.
What's my favorite color? It's gray. And I know that might sound boring, but...
Is that really your favorite color?
It really is. It really is.
Oh my God.
My real favorite color is gray. And the reason is gray can be every color. You can paint an entire world in gray. It's variable. It's efficient. It's good. It's everything between light and shadow. And I think it's cool. Go-to fandoms. So many.
So many.
Battlestar Galactica, The Magicians, Harry Potter, Star Trek for sure, Star Wars a little bit, especially the newer stuff. I really liked it as a kid. DC, Marvel. Did I already say Doctor Who?
No.
Doctor Who. I've been out of it for a bit, but I still really love it. Man, there's so many more. Magic the Gathering.
I say that because I'm literally lifting a box of your magic shit.
Yeah, it's heavy.
I know.
Magic the Gathering stuff it takes up a lot of space. Oh,
sorry.
That earthquake was her hitting the table with my Magic the Gathering stuff. Not even like all of it, just like a tiny fraction.
A tiny box. I was gonna start putting DVDs on this smaller shelf. Is that okay?
Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, totally. Sense8's so incredible. Yeah, I've been told that. I mean, where did they pull all their actors from? Was from Lost, right? Or
no. Sense8 is
Wachowskis.
Yes, the Wachowski sisters.
Okay.
So,
I love me some Cloud Atlas.
Yeah.
I know that's not a popular opinion.
In this apartment. No, but there are a few people from Cloud Atlas. They're people from The Matrix. Don't remember if they pulled from The Matrix. But
Saeed, though, was in it.
Saeed, yeah.
Yeah.
And a lot from Jupiter Ascending. There are a bunch of people from Jupiter Ascending.
Oh, no. Jupiter Ascending. Oh, no. Eddie Redmayne!
I was reading a thing today about how Eddie Redmayne is the only one who turned in a performance that was, like, made for that movie.
Yeah.
Everyone else didn't know what kind of movie they were acting in. Eddie Redmayne did.
Have we watched Gallivant? What is Gallivant?
I have watched Gallivant.
Cece has.
I really liked the first season of Gallivant. I didn't like the second season. It's a half-hour musical comedy. Written by Alan Menken.
I've seen clips from it.
Yeah.
There was a thing on Reddit. I go to Reddit a lot too. It's just, for me, I'm a lurker and not necessarily a participator in a lot of things. But I like to participate tangentially, and Reddit's a great way to do that, I think.
Yeah.
But someone had posted, like, Gallivant was, like, ahead of its time, and it was amazing, and I watched an episode of it.
I loved the first season, and I listened to the soundtrack constantly. I still do every now and then. Like, I bought the first season soundtrack. I think the second season went off the rails, and I think that not enough people were watching it, so they took too much advice from studios that kind of ruined a lot of aspects that I loved about the first season. Like, in the first season, there's a character who's heavily queer-coded, and in the second season, they throw this really bland, nothing love interest at him, who's a woman whose only purpose is to be his love interest because it seemed like he might be gay. Stuff like that, where you're just like, oh, this could have been better. Ricky Gervais is randomly in the second season, and it just felt
Ricky
gimmicky.
Gervais is so hit or miss.
Yeah.
What was the one? Have you watched the one where he plays the disabled individual who works in the old folks home?
No, I haven't watched that one.
It's so good.
I know that you've really liked
so
that
good.
one.
But yeah, Ricky Gervais is really hit or miss.
And like, it was a thing from the first season that they would have a lot of random guest stars who would come in and do a song, and it was always like, oh, what are you doing here? Giles is randomly in an episode.
Of course he is.
Yeah. The guy who just recently died, an actor, old guy, Lady Hawk.
Rutger Hauer?
Yes, Rutger Hauer is in like a bunch of
Rutger Hauer? Maybe.
He's in a few
Tears in the Rain.
episodes. And he's really good in it. But Magnitude is like the secondary character.
Community. I'm a big Community fandom.
Yeah, Lee Jordan from the Harry Potter movies.
Yeah. No, he's Magnitude.
Yeah, he's. I know he's Magnitude.
He ceased all other identities, took on Magnitude, and will be Magnitude until the day he dies.
Gallivant's great. Can I have your knife?
Yeah. No.
Yeah, you answered the wrong question. You answered the wrong thing. If you want to turn it a little bit, then I can also maybe give it a shot.
I turned it a little bit before.
Here.
There you go. There you go.
I'll be right here.
I'll move this and... Okay. Look, there's a CC. Sense8's incredible. I haven't watched The Magicians, but doesn't that have the bury your gaze trope?
We're not caught up with it. That will be my answer to that.
Oh no! Oh no! Okay. We're not caught up with it. And apparently she knows more than I do. How do you two like Death Note? Have you ever watched Death Note?
No.
I really like the idea of Death Note. I saw some of the dubbed version and thought it was a cool premise. And then I watched the movie, the Netflix movie, and I don't know if I can ever go back, because the only good thing about that was that Willem Dafoe voiced the demon, and that was really cool. And the visuals were really cool, but it was interesting. Yeah. There's just favorite ice cream, chocolate chip cookie dough, 100%. Love me a good chocolate chip cookie dough.
I love chocolate. Any kind of chocolate.
They didn't ask you. I'm sorry. No, what is your? Yeah, Ready Player One.
The audio.
The audiobook. Read by who? Will Wheaton. It's Will Wheaton, so it might actually be good.
The production quality.
The production quality. This was given to me as a gift.
Okay.
13 compact discs. Wow.
I like mint chocolate chip.
Yeah?
And I like any kind of chocolate.
Yeah?
Like, we always ate burnt almond fudge growing up, so I like chunks of, like, almonds and stuff.
Mm-hmm. I do love me. There is this one that is made by Kroger. It's like, or maybe it's not Kroger, but it's like Double Dunk or Double Dunker, where it's like cookie pieces, chocolate chip cookie dough, brownie stuff, and then it's all in a like espresso ice cream, espresso chocolate ice cream. Oh, so good.
Do you think I should have shared the link to this on Twitter?
I mean,
probably.
I'm
gonna do that.
Do you want to?
No, I can do it on here.
Okay, good, great. You know what? I adore you too, studying magic by night. You've already got magic in your name. And now there's magic in my heart. My favorite color is gray. Yeah, gray is a good color. I get so much crap about it being... It's good. Feelings on The Magician Season 4 finale. We're not there yet because someone is not caught up with Season 3.
I'm sorry.
I really liked Season 3, though. And Elliot is... I love him.
Oh, I love Elliot.
I would die for Elliot.
Oh.
And Quentin, too. Quentin is like... He's the best, worst version of who I want to be. I did hear that Battlestar Galactica is going to get a remake on the cock. Is it the peacock?
The peacock.
The peacock. Which is NBC's
Battlestar Galactica on the cock.
Yeah. I don't know how I feel about it because I really liked the remade series. I got really into those characters. So, have you guys seen the newest Doctor with the 13th Doctor?
No, that's what we want to watch.
But what do we think of her already is that she's amazing.
Yeah.
I've seen clips, I've seen photos, and I've seen reviews, and they all confirm that she's amazing. Harry Potter chats. Do you have a system for brainstorming your Harry Potter chats?
I have a huge, document full of video ideas. It's, 5 pages long. And usually they're just a bullet point. My Harry Potter videos, anytime I come up with something that I want to talk about, I usually write it down in my phone, and then I get out the document later and I make more detailed notes. Mm-hmm. So my Harry Potter ideas are at the bottom of the document, so I can be like, this is my idea, and then bullet point some thoughts I'd had about it, which will help me brainstorm later. Usually they happen because I'm talking about Harry Potter with someone else, or I'm rereading or rewatching the series. I feel like we've had a couple of conversations where I've said, like, yeah, I don't know, I think I want to do this in a Harry Potter chat at some point, just because we're talking about our opinions on the series, and I think it might be a good idea for a video eventually.
Yeah.
And I get a lot of ideas from viewers who comment stuff that they want me to talk about.
Yeah. I think you should talk more about the romance between a certain teacher and a certain student. Because we all know it was a little inappropriate for McGonagall to be spending that much time with Neville.
Why?
Okay. Hello to you too, Liserberg. You should never judge an anime based on its Death Note movie. This is common knowledge.
That's, yeah.
Is it okay for them to swear in the
Yeah, that's
chat?
fine. Go for it.
Okay.
We've been swearing.
Yeah.
Did it give you, like, a approve thing?
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Liserberg just had to say that they discovered this channel from the photo that you shared with Hank Green.
Oh my god!
And then they was like, holy shit, this book collection is BANANAS. Oh, wait, no. Bananas.
Bananas.
Yeah.
I see.
What's my favorite movie? I assume you're asking me. Yeah, that's my favorite movie.
Brian's favorite movie is Forrest Gump.
Because it's great. It's 100% perfect. I really love Forrest Gump. Just like the time that I watched it the first time, like the time of my life.
Yeah.
When I watched it for the first time, and the amount of history it covers, and like I'm fascinated by human, like, not performance, but like I'm fascinated by like psychology and human choices and the way people think and stuff like that. And I feel like Forrest Gump was one of the first times where I was introduced to media in which a character's thought processes and thought processes and behaviors and stuff like that were so completely different than my own, and it was fascinating to me. Plus, Tom Hanks is amazing. Apparently, Death Note movie is kind of like the Avatar movie.
Ooh.
I do love me some Avatar, not the movie.
Not the movie, obviously.
Especially Legend of Korra. That's why I named my dog after Korra.
Korra? Is that you?
How old am I? I don't know if I am allowed to say that on. It's on. No, I'm 34. But internally, I'm like 20, probably.
Yeah.
No, like my actual insides are like 85.
Well, sure,
but like
your
mentally,
brain.
yeah, I'm like 20.
And
come on,
it's like how I'm 24, but like mentally, I'm middle-aged.
Exactly.
There's no, it's...
Yeah. That's why we're such good friends, is because, like, maturity-wise, we're about the same level. Oh, you guys got a good shot of Korra's butt there. I just trilogy, but not watch the show. I've heard that the Magician's books are very different from the show, and that a lot more people dislike the books, and that people who dislike the books have also really enjoyed the show. I've never read the books, but the show is great. At least what I have seen.
Do we each have one of these?
Yes. It's actually called the Peacock.
It is actually called the Peacock. Someone did that intentionally.
I don't think people really liked the idea of McGonagall and Neville.
I wonder why.
They want to know the story of you meeting Hank Green.
I didn't meet Hank Green.
But you have a signed copy, so...
No, I didn't meet Hank Green. Wait, I can't see. You took away the thing.
Oh, you meant this. Sorry.
Yes.
It's hard to scroll through this while this is in the forefront.
I didn't meet Hank Green. The publisher sent me a book. Okay, so it's a Twitter story. Basically, I got an email from Hank Green's publisher asking if they could send me a paperback copy of his book, An Absolutely Remarkable Thing, which I was like, yeah, definitely, I really want to read that book. So I just thought it was going to be a regular publisher copy, and then it arrived, and it was signed and personalized by Hank Green. Mm-hmm. He'd drawn a Hanklerfish. He wrote this message about how, like, what I do for the community and talking about diverse and inclusive books was really important, and it was a lot. So I wrote a caption on Twitter for this photo, but instead of saying I got sent this book by the publisher, I said I got sent it by the Punisher. And so in the only interaction I may ever have with Hank Green, he quote tweeted that with a gif of the Punisher, the character, just kind of going... And that might be the only time I get to interact with Hank Green.
I feel like it's a perfect interaction, though. It can only go down from there.
So that's my Hank Green story. It was a lot.
Okay. Would I ever join Cece for an HP chat? I would, if she let me. I'm not allowed to touch that.
No one is. That's not true. It's always been in an HP chat.
Okay. Yeah, but have I?
No.
See? How do you feel about fairy tale retellings, and what's your favorite fairy tale?
I mean, I love fairy tale retellings. They're my fave.
Same.
I've read a ton of them. I think one of my favorite is Girls Made of Snow and Glass by Melissa Bashardust, which is a Snow White retelling that focuses on Snow White and her relationship with her stepmother. That is like... It's very much about how the men in their lives define their relationship for them and how those men shape how we perceive them. And so it's a book about them actually forming their own relationship and interacting on their own terms. Mm-hmm. And it's really great. But the Snow White character is queer and has a romance with another girl, and it's really great.
What's your favorite OG fairy tale, though?
My favorite fairy tale? Like, my favorite Grimm's fairy tale story?
See, I don't know. Because I would say my favorite fairy tale, I don't know if it's a fairy tale, and that's Rip Van Winkle. And okay. I'm also a big fan of Paul Bunyan stories.
Okay.
But then going back further, like... I'm really big into mythology.
That's right.
Does that count as a fairy tale? You know, because like I'm big into Hercules, Gilgamesh, that sort of stuff.
I feel like it's in retellings, but it's Greek retellings as opposed to like fairy tale retellings. Because if we're just talking about fairy tales, my favorite Grimm's fairy tale story is Cinderella, because I think it's like brutal and horrifying, and that really vibed with me when I was like 10. Like when I watched Cinderella when I was a kid, I was like, this is good, but it doesn't feel like these stepsisters got what for. And then I read the Grimm story where their eyes get picked out by crows and they cut off their own feet to fit them into the slippers, and I was like, oof, this feels like the appropriate payback for these people.
I want that. I want that to be adapted.
I
almost said adapted.
So, like, my mom had a big book of all the Grimm's fairy tale stories, and we used to read one a night, and that was always my favorite. Yeah.
Nikki Wilson, the Forrest Gump soundtrack is, like, one of the best.
It's so good.
Collections of music ever to exist.
I used to, we had a CD, the 2 CD set in my household growing up, and whenever I got to pick music, like on the 4th of July, I would always turn on the Forrest Gump soundtrack. I just would pull up that, because I think that music is so good.
Okay, I'm trying to move this around so we have a better idea of how to look at the chat, if that's okay.
Yeah.
What's your favorite food and why is it Meat Lover's Pizza? Okay, I once was a teenage boy and really loved Meat Lover's Pizza, and then I became old and heartburn existed, and I can no longer handle Meat Lover's Pizza, and it's really sad because I look at it and my brain says, "You like that," and then my rest of the body says. Well, it doesn't say anything because my brain is my identity, and it's the only thing. But
it's
on behalf of the body,
our little meat. What are the robots called on Pacific Rim?
Oh, meat Jaegers?
Yeah, the brain is operating our meat Jaegers.
That's why we have drift compatibility. I love meat Jaegers. Oh my gosh.
Are just piloting our meat Jaegers.
But legit, my favorite food is bread. Just like Scott Pilgrim. Not necessarily garlic bread, but all bread. It's amazing.
That's fair. You know my favorite food.
Oh no, I do know your favorite food.
It's the only thing I want to eat 100% of the time.
Soft pretzels.
I mean, that's one of them, but no.
I'm blanking. I'm so sorry. Steak. Yeah, it's because we haven't eaten steak. We ate steak every day for a month, and then we've gone 2 days without steak. So I've forgotten. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Yeah, that was an easy one. My brain is not working good today. Oh, it's because I need to take my pills.
Oh.
Oh, wait, no. This is set on the wrong time zone.
Oh, yeah, it is 5:45.
Okay, yeah, I don't have to take them until 6:30. Okay. Yes, I've seen the Forrest Gump Funko Pops.
Don't you have them?
I have all of them except for the Target exclusive, which is one that I really want, and I haven't found it yet.
Okay.
We're of the, for the most part, we like to find our Pops in the wild, as opposed to, ordering them online. I recently broke that for the new line of the Endgame Pops.
Yeah.
I pre-ordered those, but for the most part, we find them in the wild, and I really want that Target exclusive where it's him in the uniform doing the peace sign. So
that's yeah.
Oh man!
If I could describe a dream pop for you.
I'm so far behind on the chat. I'm so sorry, guys, but yeah, Cora is a good pup. She's such a good girl. Puppy. A lot of stuff about the dog.
Because the doggo is the cutest, huh?
Yeah, they want a video of just the animals, just hours of cats.
Just a time lapse?
Yeah.
Still have that.
According to Pottermore, Patronus is a peacock. What are your Patroni, Cece and Brian?
I don't know.
Mine is...
I know I took a test at some point to determine it, but... Yeah,
mine's a spaniel of some type. It's not a Cocker Spaniel, but it's a spaniel of some type. So a dog.
I feel like mine was an aquatic animal.
Was it an otter?
No.
I feel like early years of Pottermore, mine was an otter.
Yeah.
And I retook it recently, and it's a spaniel.
I don't know. I need to retake the test. If people have a link to the test that isn't on Pottermore, so that I have to deal with Pottermore again, let me know. I feel like mine was some kind of aquatic creature. I remember not being pleased with it. That's probably why I forgot it.
Yeah. Hey, Owl. Welcome.
Oh, hi, Owl. Owl is the person I was telling you about. They play Magic the Gathering.
Oh.
They're from the Pacific Northwest.
Oh, so they're cool.
Yes.
Okay. Awesome. Al, you should this is just for me,
Right,
but
let me
you
see.
should
Yeah.
you should tell me what kind of formats you play
Of Magic the Gathering.
of Magic the Gathering. If you play Magic the Gathering, you understand the question.
That's fair.
Yeah, I liked fairy tales as a kid, but I was more into mythology, world mythologies, Greek, Roman. I really liked Chinese mythology. I was really into the like England's mythology of
Yeah.
dragons and knights and stuff too.
Yeah, I really liked King Arthur growing up. I was big into that.
Yeah, and your sister thought he was a real person.
Yes! Oh man, she would hate that I was telling people this. My sister thought that King Arthur, the story itself was real, not the magic parts, but all of the rest of it was a historical event.
Yeah.
Not to make fun of my sister on the internet, that's a cyberbully, Zoe.
If she never knows that you haven't bullied her, you've just slandered her.
But yeah, she didn't know. And she found out when she was in college. In one of her mythology classes, I think.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
Oh, I love her.
So, best book you've read this year so far?
Best book I've read this year so far.
Uh-huh.
I know some people probably want me to say Call Down the Hawk, but I don't think it's Call Down the Hawk.
Oh, by the way, that middle one, that small one, don't fill that.
No, that's for Funko Pops.
Yeah, that's for Funko Pops. So we should put movie-based Funko Pops there.
I totally agree. Probably Long Way to a Small Angry Planet by Becky Chambers. And then the runners-up right now are Tell Me How You Really Feel by Amina May Safi, On a Sunbeam by Tilly Walden, and Red, White, and Royal Blue by Casey McQuiston.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Everyone who's read that really loves it.
Yeah, everyone who's read Red, White, and Royal Blue loves it. So it's one book that I read in April, and then the 3 best books that I read during Pride are my top ones, and then probably Call Down the Hawk is in that top 5 as well.
Cool. For me, I don't read a lot of books, unfortunately, but the one that we listened to, Collapsing Kingdom? Collapsing Empire. Ugh. Yeah. Sorry to clap right into the microphone. Sorry for any headphone users. Yes, Eliza, I've seen Tall Tale. I watched it so much as a kid. When my dad would take me and my sister to the King Supers to rent VHS, movies, I would get Tall Tale almost every time. And I think they had to retire that VHS because I broke it from wearing it out. It's so good. I think that's Kurt, the commander.
You've messed me up by saying Kurt.
Is it Kurt Douglas?
I think it's Kurt Douglas.
Is it Kurt Douglas?
No. That's the other one.
Yeah.
Isn't it? No. What's happening? Sorry,
See?
Cora.
It's hard to think. Our brain cell is out of alignment.
I know. It's because I'm focusing on something else at the same time. Kurt Russell.
I'm pretty sure he was in that, wasn't he? I think he played, the main cowboy dude.
That sounds like Kurt Russell.
Yeah.
What is Kurt Russell if not a cowboy?
Right. He found his calling. I don't know if I've had challah before. It looks so good. Just braided bread. Sounds awesome.
That does sound awesome.
Yeah. Let's see. Poor Zoe.
R.I.P. Zoe. We called her out on the internet and she was never seen again.
Man, remember when we thought Pottermore was going to be cool?
Oh, no.
Oh, okay, Al. Yes, nice. Um, uh, like legacy, modern decks, or even vintage, or are you playing like kitchen table casual style? I love Commander. EDH is like one of my last remaining formats that I actually want to play right now. Got burnt out of Standard, but I'm really looking forward to Throne of Eldraine. If you guys play Magic the Gathering, or you know anything about Magic the Gathering, they're releasing a new set that is based on fairy tales. It's
that's right. I keep forgetting.
Yeah, the makers of Magic the Gathering are called Wizards of the Coast.
You own Da Vinci Code. Did you know that you own the Da Vinci Code?
Yeah, because we found my codex while we were packing.
That's what I couldn't remember. I knew as soon as I saw the codex and the Da Vinci Code, I was like, why was I just having a conversation about the Da Vinci Code codex?
Yeah.
Oh my god. Okay.
It's still wrapped. The Da Vinci Code.
Yeah, the one chance you would have had to watch it, we spent watching it on Prime.
Yeah.
Okay.
But yeah, they're doing a Magic set called Throne of Eldraine. It looks like a combination between classic fairy tales and Shrek that they threw Magic the Gathering into. They have a pretty cool trailer for it.
It is a pretty cool trailer.
And I would recommend checking it out on YouTube at some point. Because, yeah.
Guess what? It's an empty box.
You did it.
I did it.
Nice. Commander is a lot of fun, Jelly Fable, because it adds an element of improbability. And because you're not playing multiple copies of a card, and there's 100 cards in your deck, games are different more often, and I like that. Person I don't know. Oh, yeah, there's some debate on Arthur. And yeah, I've read that too. It's more that Arthur, as he exists in legend now, as being this actual kid who pulls a sword out of a stone, or gets distributed by strange maidens in bodies of water. Strange ladies lying in ponds, distributing swords. That is what Zoe thought was real.
Yeah.
She thought that it was that, and that he put together 12 knights around a round table in a place called Camelot. She thought all of that was real. So yeah, you're definitely right. He could have been based on a real person for sure.
Yeah.
But yeah. No, they're saying not. This is how you lose the Time War. That wasn't your favorite one.
Oh shit! That's so funny.
Seem really cool.
Yeah. Well, Sean and McGuire was literally talking about that at the signing today. When I met Sean and McGuire, she said, "Do you want me to sign in red pen or blue pen?" And I was like, "Blue pen." And then the person who was there signing with her said, is that because of Time War? And I was like, are you talking about this is how you lose the Time War? Because the rival agents are red and blue.
Oh,
and so they
red versus blue.
Yeah, they leave notes for each other, and they think of each other in imagery relating to red and blue, and it's like a very central thing. I completely forgot about that. That's probably in my top 2. It's probably The Long Way to a Small Angry Planet, and This Is How You Lose the Time War, because I like weird space sci-fi about girls who like girls. Mm. That's also why On a Sunbeam is in my top selection, because that's also weird sci-fi about girls who like girls. So, yeah. I think that's what I've discovered this year.
Yeah.
About my reading taste.
Weird sci-fi.
About girls who
like girls.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And I think the way that I first figured that out was that On a Sunbeam had a quote on the back from the author of Long Way to a Small Angry Planet about how much she liked it, and I was like, yeah.
Yeah.
They're meant to be together.
Oh, Jelly Fable. There are pre-constructed commander decks that they sell. This last round, the 2019 ones, were great. If you're looking for something that you can do with Magic the Gathering now, there are Brawl decks, which they said they're going to reprint. So I'd wait until the price comes down a little bit. But it's like Commander, but only with standard cards. So if you only have newer cards, it can be a great format to get you into Commander. Plus, there's a YouTube channel called The Command Zone, and they recently did a series on how you can upgrade those Brawl decks into full Commander decks for only about $40. And it's really good advice. So if you want to get into that, that could be a way to get into that. Nikki Wilson was making fun of you for not being born in 1983, and then I realized I wasn't born in 1983. My favorite Arthurian version of Arthurian Legend is actually the NBC miniseries Merlin.
Sam Neill one.
Yeah, with Sam Neill.
No,
it's so good.
Not the Sam Neill
it's so good.
one.
I mean, and then second place clearly is the one with Owen Wilson. Not Owen Wilson, no. Clive Owen. Can you imagine Owen Wilson as King Arthur? Wow, just a round table. Wow.
I like BBC's Merlin personally. And I have a couple of Arthur retelling screens. I'm really hopeful for Once in Future by Amy Rose Capetta and Corey McCarthy. I think that one's going to be really good. And it's weird sci-fi about girls who like girls, so... Oh, God. I'm just picturing nothing's changed about that version. It's still Keira Knightley with the strip of leather covering her nipples.
Yeah, armor.
But it's Owen Wilson.
Owen Wilson. Wow. So you got great people here. Wow. Okay. Captain Book wants to know if we collect DVDs. Some of them are like for collective purposes.
Mm-hmm.
We'd like to, or at least I think collectively our philosophy is if we really enjoy a movie and want to rewatch it, we'll buy the DVD or the Blu-ray. But more so, if we really like the movie and we want to support that movie and want to see more movies like that, we'll go out of our way to throw some money at them.
Yeah. I think we're also of, like, I think I've said this a few times, that we're of this weird in-between generation where people buy stuff digitally now, and I understand that, but my brain doesn't understand that. So, like, buying digital versions attacks the 90s baby brain inside of me that's like, then how do you prove it exists?
Yeah.
And
how do I hold it?
How do I hold it if I own it? So, like, I understand that people do that, but my old man brain likes to own things. Mm-hmm. So if it's a thing I really like, I like to have a physical copy of it. And that means that, yeah, like, to a certain extent, collect Blu-rays and DVDs.
Send the Cuenta Books would like to recommend Jade City. I might have missed that. Sorry about that.
That sounds familiar.
Captain Book would also like to know what your top 3 favorite booktubers are. That's a hard one.
That is a hard one. I think everyone knows that I adore Adriana from Perpetual Pages. I talk about them, like, every single video. I recently sent an email to a publisher requesting a book. And in those emails, you are supposed to talk about yourself and why you should be sent that book. And I did, and then had to go through and, like, edit a paragraph because I went off about how much I loved Adriana and their video that they did about that book. Because I, like, I absolutely adore them.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. Oh man. Eliza, sorry. Yeah, Pesos Bill was Patrick Swayze. I had totally forgotten that, and he was amazing in it. I guess I just assumed all cowboys were Kurt Russell. Yeah.
Adriana's so easy, and then after that, I just want to, like...
Sorry to interrupt there.
No, but, like, after I list Adriana, my brain is like, how do I love absolutely everybody?
Mm-hmm.
I feel like the people I have on most frequently are Chelsea from Chelsea Darling Reads. I feel like I always have her on in the, like, when you wake up in the morning, I'm usually watching Chelsea. I watch a lot of Lala from Books and Lala. I know that's 3. But I just, like...
It might not be top 3, but it's definitely...
It's 3 that I watch really frequently. Yeah. It's just, like, I'm remembering Book Expo and being around all of these incredible creators and all the creators who weren't at Book Expo, and my heart, like, increases 8 sizes. So, yeah.
Most anticipated upcoming movie releases.
Ooh. I'm pretty excited about The King's Man.
Oh, yeah, The King's Man looks cool. I'm actually... The closer it gets to it, the more excited I am about seeing Joker. I'm interested in Joker. I'm not, like, anticipating it as much as, like, I want to know the direction they're going with it. Okay, yeah.
I really want to see... We're in the movie... I mean, Star Wars.
Yeah.
It's definitely Star Wars.
It's definitely Star Wars.
I'm trying to say...
The preview we saw for that movie yesterday looked pretty good with Gandalf.
And Helen Mirren. And Helen Mirren, yeah.
Yeah, that one looked pretty interesting.
The Good Liar, I think.
Yeah.
The Good Liar looked interesting. I'm excited about Zombieland 2.
Oh, yeah.
I think we're both pretty excited about Zombieland's Double Tap. Is Knives Out the one with Chris Evans? Yeah, that weird, like, murder mystery family one with Chris Evans and Daniel Craig, Toni Collette. Yeah, I'm excited about that.
Jelly Fable, if you like playing Hearthstone, Magic released a program for PC called Magic Arena. It's a lot more user-friendly than, like, Magic Online, and it's very Hearthstone-esque. So I'd say give that a shot.
Sorry, I'm trying to read about Jade City now. I'm wondering if there's a reason why people think I would like Jade City. I know the name and I know the author, but I'm interested.
Any books with good autistic rep that you know about?
The only one that I've read that has good rep and that I've heard good things from the autistic community about is On the Edge of Gone by Corinne Doivas, which is Own Voices. Corinne is autistic, and that main character is, and I really love that book, and that's one of those ones that's pretty celebrated. I've heard really good things about Into the Drowning Deep, I think, by Mira Grant, aka Shannon McGuire. And I've heard really good things about An Unkindness of Ghosts by Rivers Solomon. I'm pretty sure the main character of that is autistic, and I've heard good things. I am working on doing better about reading books about autistic main characters, and I have a few lists that I'm working on getting through so that I can talk about it more on my channel.
I should ask my sister, too, because I'm pretty sure she reads literature that includes autistic characters because her son's autistic.
Okay.
I have an autistic. Autistic.
Yeah.
Yeah. I have an autistic nephew. I actually have 2 autistic nephews because Donovan's autistic as well.
Okay. Yeah, it's something I'm working on. On the Edge of Gone is my recommendation.
Favorite Shakespeare play?
It's Much Ado About Nothing.
Mine is Merchant of Venice. I think it's a fascinating look into the normalization of anti-Semitism and it's, yeah.
I think mine's Much Ado About Nothing, and then Twelfth Night. I tend to prefer the comedies.
I'm also a big sucker for Romeo and Juliet.
Oh, yeah.
But not because of Romeo and Juliet.
Yeah, because of the entire,
other characters
the other
surrounding
characters,
them.
the,
that
political
world.
atmosphere of Romeo and Juliet, yeah.
Exactly. How do you keep up with your arcs?
I don't. That's the answer to that question. I am in awe of people who keep up with their arcs. I am absolutely drowning in unread books at the moment.
Oh, no.
You can attest to that.
Yes, I can.
Are we far behind?
We're so far behind.
That's why I try to like skip through questions when I can.
I'm so sorry. What about this trans autistic rep? Do you know?
And Unkindness of Ghosts, I would say for that one as well. I'm pretty sure that one has an Own Voices intersex main character who is trans feminine. And the main character is autistic. Again, I haven't read that one, but when I've read reviews from those communities, they've been overall really positive. And a lot of people think I would love an Unkindness of Ghosts. So,
there was someone who said that they like Magic. Tall Mist. Can't keep track of the different ban lists. I would give Magic Arena a try too, because it keeps track of it for you. It's all based in standard. But they're developing a way to just keep playing with your old cards on there. So if you're interested with that. Also, Commander has a very short ban list. You can play most of your cards in that. What do you guys think about the Guy Ritchie King Arthur?
Oh, that's right. He did do.
Which one was that?
I don't remember. I just remember him being in it. Is it just... Oh, I saw King Arthur Legend of the Sword. It was bad.
I wanted to see it.
It was...
I bet that I would like it more than you.
I bet that
I'm a sucker for medieval stuff.
Guy Ritchie...
Eliza, I am excited for the Harley Quinn Birds of Prey movie.
Yeah. Oh, that's Legend of the Sword. Sorry, I don't like the Guy Ritchie King Arthur. I really hated Legend of the Sword. I don't even remember that much else about it. I just, I know that it's about Arthur being raised, in poverty, and then he has to still come up and be King Arthur when he's, an adult, and I really think Charlie Hunnam is good in Pacific Rim.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the end of my list.
He was really good in that...
that movie we just watched, right?
Yeah.
Triple Frontier.
Is that what it was called?
The one about the guys who go and steal a bunch of money from...
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was really good in that.
Yeah, he was good in Triple Frontier. I don't know. I've tried to like him.
Do you watch Jesse from Bow Ties and Books?
Yes, I love Jesse.
Yeah, apparently they just started a non-binary book club.
Yes, I follow that book club on Instagram. I absolutely love them. We got to meet a couple of times at Book Expo, but we didn't get to hang out as much as I wanted to. They create some of my favorite discussions on BookTube, though, and I get a ton of recommendations from them. We always DM each other on Instagram, because one of us will post a photo on Instagram, and the other one just has to immediately be like, you have to read this. It's great because of these reasons.
Mm. Jade City, it's like Korra meets The Godfather. It's good, diverse, adult, high fantasy, and that's why it's being ranked.
Perfect. I will add it to my list.
Also, someone said Unkindness of Ghosts, and then Owl seconded it.
Mm-hmm. For autistic trans main characters.
Yeah, sorry.
Yeah. No,
sorry.
I just remember because that's what I know.
Oh, Charlie's Angels, 2009. Cece is super hyped.
Oh my god, that. I'm gonna die in the theater.
she melts every time that trailer comes on.
I do.
I have to scoop her back up and put her into the chair.
Oh, I'm so excited.
Yeah, Mercutio and Benvolio were really, the Romeo and Juliet ship.
Oh, yeah. Well, and, Mercutio in the Baz Luhrmann Romeo and Juliet is like, he's like the perfect Mercutio.
Isn't that Michael from Lost?
Yes, it is. Yeah. He's amazing in that role. I love the Baz Luhrmann Romeo and Juliet. Like, enthusiastically love that film. So.
Owl, you can play against friends long distance on Arena. So yeah, let me know. We're at the bottom.
We did it.
We did it. Are you participating in Contemporary-thon?
No, I am not. I wanted to, but I have too much stuff to get through this month as far as, I don't know. Like, my TBR is really overwhelming, but it's because I'm really pushing myself to read a lot right now, and I have been reading a lot. So I am reading a lot of different genres that didn't wind up fitting into the Contemporary-a-thon challenges, but I am participating in Spookathon in October. I already have my TBR picked out for that. So.
Is one of them Phantoms by Dean Koontz?
No! Oh my god! If you ever see Brian talking about Phantoms by Dean Koontz, just know he's already said that to me in person, and he's just being fucking annoying about it.
It's a good book.
It is.
It's a terrible movie.
It's a terrible movie. It's a really great book that I have already read.
Just think it's pretty spooky.
It is pretty spooky. It's an excellent book. I've already read it.
Oh, yeah. Thank you, Owl. It took us a while to get to the present, but we're here now. Owl wrote that so far in the past. So far in the past, and then there's the time delay.
Yeah. You've never had to moderate a live show before, have you?
No.
Okay, so I think the most wild one I had was, I've done 2 live shows that have been, like, super, super watched. And that was, I did a Raven Cycle live show with my ex, and we were just talking about our feelings about the Raven Cycle, and that was a really populated chat that it was hard to keep track of. The biggest one I ever did was I did a live unhaul where I went through every single book I owned last year, and people helped me decide if I should keep it or get rid of it, and like a few hundred people were watching that.
Did you like straw polls for it? Do you know what straw poll is?
No.
It's an online service, so you create a straw poll where you ask a question, you give options, and then you give them the link, and people go and they vote, and then you can see how everyone voted stuff. And then that would have been easy to do, like keep or sell.
Yeah. I think I was going through like holding every book in my hand to determine if I like was honestly going to read it, if it brought me joy, that kind of thing. And that was a pretty hard chat to moderate. That was a lot of comments.
Oh, Captain Book, thank you so much for staying up to hang out with us.
Oh, are they up late?
It's 3 a.m.
Oh, no! I mean, we have been streaming for, like, over 2 hours.
Yeah.
But, like, what else were we doing this evening?
Yeah.
We moved our living room.
We did.
That counts as getting a lot done.
I think that we thought it was going to take a lot longer, though, but, did. Like, it looks so much better.
It looks so much better.
Yeah. Yeah, everyone was so passionate in that unhaul.
Everyone was so passionate in that unhaul. I loved doing that live stream. Like, it was a ton of fun, and I loved being surrounded by books, but I think some people, especially my patrons, know that I've had really intense live stream anxiety because I am such a perfectionist about when I film. But doing patron-exclusive live streams every month has really helped. So when I had to do that unhaul, it was last year. I'd not done that many live streams before, and I got... My ex at the time was messaging me and being like, you seem really tense in this live stream. Like, you're holding yourself different, you're speaking different, are you okay? Because I was just like... so full of anxiety that I became a different person. And it's just because I'd never had to moderate before.
Yeah.
And it's just me, and I always would feel so much pressure to, like, read and respond to every single comment. And so it's taken me a lot of months and the kind understanding of patrons to really this year focus on getting over live stream anxiety.
Yeah, that'd be difficult. I for a while I thought about becoming a Magic streamer, like stream on Twitch.
Mm-hmm.
And I always thought that would be the most difficult part, is like trying to have your viewers feel engaged with you, and that you're engaged with your viewers. And so
yeah,
that's why I'm reading every single comment.
I'm just letting you know that I understand where that comes from.
Yeah. Ooh, Sir Tammy is in the future. What's it like? Is it still bad?
Is it still... Have we fixed everything?
Is the human race still doomed?
I remember... Oh, man. This is going to be a 2016 video story. I filmed a review of a book that was released in 2016 of Fire and Stars by Audrey Coulthurst. I read the book in June. The book was released at the end of November, I think.
Mm-hmm.
So I read the book in June, and then filmed a review and didn't post my review until November of that year.
Mm.
It's November of 2016.
Mm-hmm.
So in that video, I'm like, hey, I'm recording this from the past. What's it like in the future? Is it better there? Is it good? And I uploaded the video literally the day after the election. And I had to write in the summary, hey, just letting you all know, I'm in the future too, and it's not better here.
Oh, man.
That was the worst version of being in the future. That was a rough one.
So you did this to us.
I did this to us.
You basically did the whole, like, not knocking on wood.
Yeah, I should have.
To the whole world.
To the whole world.
Okay. Wow. Okay. Wow.
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 Wow. Wow.
King Arthur. Wow. Look at the sword. Wow. Wow.
Can someone who's good at Photoshop make that movie poster?
Right?
Please?
Owen Wilson in the Clive Owen version. That would be great. Thoughts on the Area 51 raid? I think it's hilarious, and I'm wondering why we don't know more.
Yeah.
I think people
got
arrested.
Yeah, I definitely think people got arrested because they saw aliens.
Yeah.
I loved seeing how many people did the Naruto run on the news.
Yes. That was great. That's the entirety of my thoughts on that. Like, is that one kid? The one kid, Naruto running across. Yeah, that was the best.
That was the best thing I've ever seen. I like the poster that someone had that said, like, clap them cheeks or clap alien cheeks.
Yeah, clap alien cheeks.
That was great.
And like, so I think that aliens, like, okay, there's a lot of scientific discourse on aliens, like, as an idea. Okay. And there's a lot of philosophical discourse on aliens as an idea, especially that, like, if we ever met aliens, we're doomed.
Yeah.
Like, because either they want something from us, or, like, we're gonna catch their diseases, and, like, yeah. I always wish that I'd been born during the time of, like, normalized space exploration.
Yeah.
You know, that would have been cool.
That would have been the best.
And then we're never going to get there because it's too much money. Money.
We'll get there.
Yeah.
I have to have hope.
The government being so freaked out about the raid basically confirms to me that there's aliens there. I think that there's probably stuff there that they don't want other countries to find out about, you know?
Whether or not that's aliens?
Yeah. Probably not.
No.
I don't know.
Feels like we'd probably find out about that at some point.
It would just be, so, like, my thoughts is it'd be so strange to not share that there's other life out there.
Yeah.
You know? Mm-hmm. But then again, if it landed in, like, the 50s or, like, during McCarthyism, you know, it'd be like, Can't let those commies know.
No one can know about this.
They're definitely not little green men, though, if they exist.
Well,
they're probably just sentient clouds.
They're probably beyond our physiological understanding of what an organism is.
Why does every live stream I watch end up with philosophical alien talk?
It's because it's on the brain right now. We all gotta talk about aliens.
It's because that's where we as a species need to go. Like,
we need to go to another planet, so we're not on this one.
We are overdue for a disaster that destroys all life on Earth. And everyone's like, you know what? Let's just hang out. It's fine.
Let's meet some alien bros.
Yeah, okay. I think the aliens are used as a ruse to basically deter people from looking into Area 51, which is probably just a lot of classified intel and spy stuff. Yes, that's exactly what I think. UFOs are usually probably just
stuff from other places.
Yeah, or like aircraft that we don't want other people to see, but someone like catches a blurry image of it.
But Bigfoot's definitely down there.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
We got a Bigfoot. We got an abominable snowman. The abominable snowman.
As pronounced by Nemo the fish.
Yes. So we need to be on the long way to a small angry planet.
Yes, we do.
Yeah.
Yes, we do.
I did say sentient clouds. Have y'all ever written fanfic?
Yeah.
Yes, both of us
yes
have.
To both of us. 100% yes to both of us. I wrote a lot, just so much Supernatural fanfic. I wrote a 50k Supernatural fanfic for NaNoWriMo when I was still in college. I think it was my sophomore year. And I've written a bit of Merlin fanfic. Just a bit. And I've written a couple of very short pieces of Raven Cycle fanfic. And no, I am not sharing my screen name for any of that. Sorry. I like when people can share their fanfic, but I am too self-conscious a writer and too protective over that particular username because I think that username leads to, a deeper internet presence where people don't know I'm there.
Yep.
And so that's kind of like my private internet space that I can be more anonymous in.
And for me, a really good friend of mine, well, she used to be, an ex-good friend of mine, was really into Sherlock and John, so John Locke, right?
Mm-hmm.
And wanted me to write smut for her, as a gift.
Mm-hmm.
And I got too engrossed in the mystery and the characterizations and all of the locations. I was doing research to
so intense.
Okay, where does this M5 go? Okay, well, it looks like there was a nightclub there.
You were just writing a novel instead of the smut. I remember reading it and being like, I think this is really well written. I think this is great. But it's if you keep on this track, it's not going to serve its purpose.
Yeah, I kept forgetting to put smut in it. So, yeah. Okay, no, you will never read my fanfic.
No.
Sorry.
I'm the only one who will ever read that, I'm guessing.
Yeah. I showed it to a couple of friends. I was in so after grad school, a couple of my friends from grad school kept in touch and were like, let's start a writing club. And they're like, what are you writing? And they would send short stories of Halloween and spooky stuff or something that they were going to get published in a journal of literature. And I was like, here's some fanfic from this. And neither of them watched the show. So they're like, I guess it's good.
Oh, I also way back in the day wrote a couple of Doctor Who fanfics, but that is ages and ages ago. And it was sort of just writing wish fulfillment fan service episodes.
Mm-hmm.
Like, what if Martha and Mickey ran into the ponds? Like, they're all still existing in London in the modern time. What would happen if they met? Like, I was writing what if episodes of Doctor Who, because I was like, I want them to all meet.
And, like, I guess mine was, like, a wish fulfillment thing, because it was meant to slot in between 2 seasons that were existing, and so, and, like, I brought in John's sister,
which I appreciated.
I think I wrote her queer, didn't I?
She is.
Yeah.
She is canonically.
Yeah,
queer.
okay,
I think she has, like, a wife or a girlfriend in the show, but she's never in the show.
Because she was the one who brought in my fanfic, she was the one who brought the current mystery to them.
Because it was about, like, the queer culture in London or something, wasn't it? Yeah, so yeah.
There was a string of murders in the underground queer culture in London. So they were going to figure it out, and they were going to figure out their own sexuality.
And then they were going to bone. A lot. In theory.
Best worst fanfic moment you remember. And then they seducted.
It's both. It's both the worst and the best. There was this author on fanfiction.net, which is an older platform, but they would write, like, 500 to 900 word stories. Some were set in Supernatural, some were set in Sherlock, because that was the time period that everyone was writing about, and they were terrible, but they had the most iconic lines of any fanfic I've ever read, and at the end of one Sherlock fanfic in particular, it concluded, and then they seducted, and
it's become part of my just everyday repertoire. Whenever two people romance,
and then they seducted. Yeah, and that's been around since, like, since I graduated high school. That's when I found that fanfic. So that's, like, a best and a worst. I don't know. I guess worst includes some of the worst side ships. Like, any of the worst side ships you can imagine in Supernatural, I've read that side ship. I've read about fucking anyone in the Supernatural universe, because I was so dead set on reading everything Dean and Castiel.
Like Bobby and Castiel sort of stuff.
Bobby and Crowley was, like, a popular thing for a bit as, like, a side ship.
Because he knew Crowley.
Yeah. He sold his soul to him for, like, a minute. So for, like, a minute.
I'd like about a minute. That'll cost you your soul. I'm gonna grab my water.
Okay. So that was like not a popular side ship, and not one of the less well-known ones. Lucifer and Gabriel could be with anybody. Some pretty horrific, like, past ships with Dean and Sam, and, like, I've read it all. It's all bad. I don't know, best stuff? I think that some of the best literature I've written has been fanfic.
Cool.
Like, I spent a couple of years reading nothing but fanfic, like my senior year of high school and my sophomore year, my freshman year of college, all I read was fanfic, and I read stuff that's better than some published books I read now. So, yeah.
So it was like 50 Shades of Grey.
Exactly.
Yeah.
There was such a vibrant culture with fanfic on Tumblr at the time, especially with Supernatural, that I got to be part of, like, communities, and, you know, like, they still do those communities, they still exchange fics, so people do art for them, but it was just a really cool community to be a part of in, like, the 2013, 2014 range. It's when Supernatural fanfic was at its height.
I'll ask me what I went to grad school for. I went to grad school for English, basically. Short answer. It was literature and curriculum. And I did a creative writing thesis. Like, it was a novella that I wrote. I did a lot of research on novellas and dystopian literature. And I also had a strong emphasis in curriculum, like teaching.
Yeah.
So, yeah. What? A crossover between Fallout and My Little Pony is a fanfic. That's
What?
probably the greatest thing I've ever heard.
That is something else.
Dismiss. I gotta take my pills soon.
Okay. I don't even know what that would entail.
Do you have a favorite? Get out.
Do I have a favorite fanfic?
Yeah.
I do. I know that I used to have it listed on my old Tumblr blog, my Problems of a Book Nerd Tumblr blog. Let me see if I can find it. Because I don't really want to scroll through my, 80 bajillion saved fics on Archive of Our Own. You know?
Power Rangers. Crispy wrote a Slice of Life Power Rangers fic.
That's pretty...
I stan Power Rangers.
Yes.
Especially OG Power Rangers, Mighty Morphin. It's one of my favorite fandoms, for sure. Of course, we've seen Good Omens. We love Good Omens.
Yeah, we definitely watched all of Good Omens.
So good. We love Good Omens so much. We'll, just instinctively click in YouTube on, memes, including Good Omens footage, because we love it so much.
Okay, I have my favorite supernatural fanfics. There's one called Après, spelled like the French Apres, by Imogen by Night. That's I still regularly reread because I love it so much. I also really love There's Only One Sure Thing That I Know, which is a fic by Leah K. The Best Years of Our Lives, My Ass is really good. And that's by I Really Hate Corn Nuts. A+. And then, The Path of Fireflies by Museaway is a fave. Museaway writes incredible fics. I still follow them on Tumblr and see updates from them. Museaway writes, the best shit in the supernatural fandom. There's another really popular author who used to write all the stuff back in 2013, and I don't know if they're still around writing anymore. As far as alternate universe, I really like, there's one called Kiss the Baker. That's really cute and soft. I live for, domestic shit. All of the supernatural fanfic that I read was always, soft things. Where, they just got to quit hunting and live in the bunker and, repair each other's souls slowly with being an actual family.
I don't know who Brian Greer is. I will check them out. I get Seth Rogen a lot, especially just by random people in malls. They're like, oh, hey, you look like Seth Rogen. I'll be like, just to appease them.
Are we talking about a baseball player? Did you say Brian Greer?
No, a comedian.
Oh,
comedian. Graar.
Graar.
Maybe it's like Grar.
Grar.
And Crispy, about Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, I actually, during grad school, went out and interviewed a couple of people at Saban and went to the location where the original Power Rangers Command Center was and got to be there, and it was really cool. So, yeah. That's my humble brag that only no one cares about. Did you look up Brian Greer?
I can't find anyone who's named Brian Greer. It just pulled up Brian Regan.
It's not Brian Regan.
I know.
Is that him right there? Brian Greer?
That's Posen. Brian
Posehn.
Posehn.
Yeah. This is Brian Posehn.
Okay.
That's not Brian Greer. How do you feel about some of the people in the Marvel fandom leaking Captain America and Bucky? Leaking?
Liking.
It says leaking. Captain America and Bucky. Romantic linking.
I loved that ship. That was one of the only reasons I, would get into watching the Captain America movies, because I don't really like the Captain America movies. Mm-hmm. It was because I liked the fandom versions of them more than the movie versions.
Yeah.
So I really loved all the comics that people were making, and I read some stuff about it, and it's like my love of Dean and Cass, where I like stories that are outside of a high-stakes universe, just like two people healing one another and getting over trauma by talking it out. I'm always like, oof, that's my shit, and there's a lot of that with Stucky as a ship. Stucky!
Wow. See, and I saw a lot of comics back in the day of him and Iron Man being two soft dads.
Yeah, I mean, everyone. That's, what is that one called?
Teve?
No. it's with their...
Stony?
It is. It's Stony.
Oh, no.
It's Stony, thank you. There's also a name for the two of them as dads. I think it's Iron Fam, with the two of them being together, but, also Peter Parker being,
Peter
their
Parker,
kid.
their kid? Yeah,
they're,
I didn't know that.
Adoptive kid, not really, but,
that's
their
cute.
father figures.
That's cute.
I think that's Iron Fam. There's so much space in my brain that's taken up by knowing what all of the different ship names are for various fandoms.
Yeah. Valerie, probably the season with Tommy. I don't know if that was first season. That might have been second season, where he came in as the Green Ranger. That was a lot of fun. Also liked it when he became the White Ranger, though. I was a big fan. Now there's a Disney show for them. Oh, for Bucky and...
Oh, Bucky and Falcon.
Bucky and Falcon.
Yeah,
What's Falcon's first...
Sam.
Yeah, Bucky and...
Sam. It's Winter Soldier and Falcon, or Falcon and Winter Soldier. That's the show.
Yeah.
I'm excited about that.
I liked it. It looks good.
It looks, I'm
we've
never
into
seen anything
Marvel.
Yeah, I've literally seen a poster of Bucky with short hair. That's it.
Yeah. It's enough.
That's enough. I can't read these from far away, just so you know.
Okay. So cover them up.
No.
I'll ship any Avengers with any other Avengers. They're all queer and polyam.
Yeah.
Yes. And thank you all. Yeah, Tommy shows up second season. And you're right, Valerie. Dragon Flute was my shit.
I have literally no knowledge of Power Rangers. It just always sounds like you're saying random words that you...
I don't know what box it's in. I have a Green Ranger helmet.
Yeah, he does have a Green Ranger helmet.
It's wearable.
Yeah.
I got it from Toys R Us when they were closing down. I saw that. I was like, I'm getting divorced. My life is in shambles. Of course I'm going to buy a Green Ranger helmet.
Oh, and we made one of our friends put it on. It was like the weekend before we moved, so we'd had a bunch of different friends over, and we had our good friend Rosie over with her boyfriend, and then my sister was gonna come over, and so right before my sister got there, we put the Green Ranger helmet on Rosie so that when Zoe walked in, she could just turn around in her chair and she'd be wearing the Green Ranger helmet, and it's still one of the funniest things I've ever witnessed in my life. What song was she dancing to? Well, she had that helmet on.
I don't know.
It was some
Africa,
80s song or something.
Maybe.
And she was just like, with the Green Ranger. That was one of the funniest things that's ever happened to me.
It was great. Yeah, I've seen the Clone Wars. It's so good. WLW. What's WLW?
Women Who Love Women.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I would hope that for Ahsoka as well. Yeah, I do love the Clone Wars. First time I watched it though, I was like, this is a kid's show? They just beheaded that person. That person just committed ritual suicide for a political cause.
Oh, God.
Like,
I haven't watched that series. I probably should, especially since they're, like, gonna bring it back for Disney+.
Mm-hmm.
We should watch it.
I did. Oh, I was just telling her about a fun fact from the Power Rangers movie. Because that song was playing, the people keep on. That one. I know, perfect singing voice.
It's just beautiful. I think it was at a Walmart or something that was playing.
I was like, fun fact, this is in the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers movie. I'm pretty sure it plays both while they are... No, just while they're doing the skydiving bit.
Skydiving?
They're like, all right, guys, it's time to do this. Yeah. I never watched Mystic Force, but I've been told that I might like it. So I'd kind of given up on Power Rangers by then because I was a teenager, and so I had to hate everything that I liked so that I could fit in with everyone else. Yeah.
I'd just like to repeat that I really hope that you and your wife move closer. Because we need to all be able to have the ability to hang out. I'm crossing my fingers every day of my life.
Have you ever heard of... What was that? Have you ever heard of All for the Game /
the Foxhole Court? Yeah, it's so weird because either I hear people being like, this series changed my life and you have to read it, or this series upholds the worst ideals in books and fiction, and I never know what I'm supposed to do with the Foxhole Court. The most that I see from it is a lot of people create art and fiction that crosses over some of the characters from that and the Raven Cycle, and it's because they each have a book in their series called The Raven King, and I think they have a couple characters who people think that they're similar, so a lot of times there's fanfic where they meet or art where they meet. That's the full extent of what I know about the Foxhole Court. Anything that I've been able to piece together about the plot every piece of information I learned is more baffling than the last, because I think it's about a sports team. Go sports team. But then all of a sudden people will be talking about organized crime and people dying, and I don't understand how those two things that I know about the series fit together.
You really don't know much about sports, do you?
I'm just so confused about every piece of information I've ever consumed about that series.
Oh, they should do a crossover series between the Raven Cycle and Animorphs.
Oh, God, no!
Since Tobias from Animorphs is stuck as a bird, and the Raven Cycle is about boys who are ravens and can transform into ravens. So they had to have a lot in common.
He knows what the Raven Cycle is about. He knows what Call Down the Hawk is about, which is what's dangerous. Because that book isn't out yet, and you haven't read it, but you know all the major plot points, because I was I literally have no one to talk to about this, so I'm going to have to explain a lot to you so that you understand what I'm going through.
Zombie Cupcakes, yes, thank you. Higher Ground is the song, for sure.
Oh, okay.
I'm not familiar with that one. It's talking about a Power Rangers where there was... a robot that develops feelings, and their city is in a siege. Oh, City's in a Siege. That's got to be RPM. I think that's RPM. There was this whole Power Rangers series that takes place in an alternate universe where there's a last bastion of humanity. And it was dark, and everyone loved it except for the people that made Power Rangers. They're like, no, shut this down. Yeah. Ahsoka's amazing. That skydiving scene from the Power Rangers movie got me pumped too. They might have been playing it when they fight the ooze things. I wouldn't have put it past them to just play it in every action scene.
Because they got the rights to one song, and then they just play it.
Foxhole Court. I've heard that Foxhole Court is kind of torture porny at times.
See? That's this.
And it's usually called Gay Sports Mafia.
What does it all mean? What does it all mean? I just don't understand.
So, they said Foxhole Court, to be honest, is like toxic male written for straight people.
Okay.
It's kind of like Captive Prince.
See, Captive Prince is another one where I hear some queer people be like, this is incredible, it's gorgeous, and some queer people are like, this was written to torture the gays. And those are exactly, if I had to list 2 books that I see the most divided opinions over on, like, bookish internet, it would be Foxhole Court and the Captive Prince series.
Yep. RPM. It was RPM.
RPM. You did it. You did it.
And Al, yes, I have watched that super dark Power Rangers short with Katie Sackhoff and, oh no, what's his name? It's the guy from Dawson's Creek. James
Pacey?
Vanderbeek. No, not Pacey. It's James Vanderbeek. Yeah. I mean, it's so good.
James Vanderbeek is an actor. I can't confirm if he is from Dawson's Creek.
They're in this like super dark Power Rangers short. I feel like I've shown it to you.
Yes, he's the main character. How did I not know he's like the main dude
in Dawson's Creek? Because you don't know Dawson's Creek? Because it was like out before you were born?
No,
right?
It wasn't out before I was born. Thank you very much. It's from 1998 to 2003.
Yeah, before you were born. Giselle Rivera wants to know if we've seen Peaky Blinders. I have. I've watched the whole thing and it's really good.
I really need to.
Yeah.
That's all I know is that I really need to watch Peaky Blinders. Everything I've ever seen from it seems amazing and I love all the actors in it. So
I wasn't as hyped about this last season, probably just because I built it up too much. I was able to watch those first couple seasons just like boom, boom, boom.
Yeah.
But man, so good. I love me some, what's his last name?
Murphy?
Yeah, Cillian. I love me some Cillian Murphy. He's amazing in the Batman movies and like
he's amazing in everything Christopher Nolan has ever done, but also everything he's ever done. He's amazing in that movie Sunshine.
Mm-hmm.
He's so good in Sunshine, 28 Days Later.
28 Days Later.
He's so good in that.
He was really good in, there was a movie called Red Eye with him and, oh no, I've forgotten her name. She was in The Time Traveler's Wife. No, or the other one about time travel. Shoot! I had her name and then I forgot it, but he's in something called Red Eye.
Is it Rachel McAdams?
It is Rachel McAdams.
She's in both of the time travel movies that you're thinking of.
Oh, good.
Just so you know.
Apparently Kat from Paperback Dreams has a good video on the Foxhole Court.
Okay. I think I know Kat.
I'll never forgive Tom Hardy for abandoning that great BBC TV show Taboo because he suddenly got so many movie roles, and why. Although Tom Hardy is amazing in Peaky Blinders. It's so good. I
didn't know Tom Hardy was in that. I love Tom Hardy.
He's just randomly in it. He's a side character. He's a minor character in it.
It's like when you watch, It's like when you watch. I'm about to say it's like when you watch, and then I'm going to list a movie that no one in the years since has ever watched. It's like when you watch Jonah Hex.
Oh yeah, Jonah Hex.
The
classic Jonah Hex.
The classic movie that everyone watches, the one from 2010. But Tom Hiddleston is like a barely named henchman.
Yes.
Not Tom Hiddleston.
No.
Michael
Magneto.
Fassbender. Yeah. Michael Fassbender is a
Can you imagine Tom Hiddleston?
No. Michael Fassbender is randomly a henchman in Jonah Hex, and I've never been more upset by something. And that's coming from someone who sat through the entirety of Jonah Hex.
Yeah. 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 Jonah Hex was a ride.
Jonah Hex is... Honestly, that movie would have been an hour shorter if they just stopped saying Jonah Hex.
Right? Yeah. It's just an hour of them saying Jonah Hex. And then they were like, well, how do we get from this scene where they say Jonah Hex to this scene where they say Jonah Hex?
And they're just like, what if a narrator said Jonah Hex?
So you should read this real quick.
Oh, I'm very glad, Valerie. It always makes me happy to hear if my channel is helping people. That's, like, why I started doing what I did. It's why I started this channel, and so, like, it always makes me really happy to hear that. I always aim for this to be a place of, like, joy and celebrating queer stuff, so that makes me happy.
Yeah. I'm sorry if I say your name wrong, but Anna...
Yeah.
Wants to know our thoughts on Raylo.
It's like, I'm not in the camp of people who are, like, really anti Rey and Kylo, but I also don't ship them. Like, you know, I don't know. I'm not in this I'm not in the group of people who really hates them. I also don't want them to be together, but that's because I don't see Rey as someone involved in romance in any way. I think that's the biggest barrier.
If they force her into a romance with Poe,
I'm literally gonna be so mad. They are, like, queer guy, queer gal solidarity icons, and
right?
I know that they're gonna give some... I think they've cast someone who has a past with Poe, and I think she's gonna come in to kind of be like, we used to be romantically involved, which doesn't mean that he can't love Finn, but I would be just extra super especially bitter if they paired off Poe and Rey. That would be like a shot to the heart.
And they'd be to blame.
They give love
a bad name.
No, like, I don't really ship them, but, like, I'm also in a camp of being super fine with Kylo getting a redemption arc. I really like Kylo as a character, even if I like the meme versions of Kylo better than actual Kylo.
Yeah. My prediction is that the whole, like, reason for them potentially getting close in the second movie is to show that, like, they both got close to, like, that middle ground, and now they're going back to their respective sides. That they weren't 100% sure of where they were, and then they were confirmed, and they're like, "Oh, I know I'm evil," and Rey's like, "Oh no, I don't want to do that. Let's no, thanks, pass on the whole evilness."
Yeah,
right. But yeah, that last scene really worries me. Like, hi, I am Poe.
Rey.
We're in love now.
Which is so funny because, like, fandom saw it and everyone was like, Rey is like, oh my god, I've heard so much about you from Finn. I hope you guys date.
Yeah, they should.
I'm so happy for you.
They should. Poe and Finn are an adorable couple.
Great.
Poe is pansexual.
Yeah,
I get that.
Yeah,
I get that.
It's like what Childish Gambino. Why can't I think of his actor name?
Danny Glover.
Danny Glover. It's like
Donald Glover.
Donald Glover. Danny is other Glover.
Danny's Donald's dad.
Donald Glover. When they said that Lando was pansexual, they were interviewing Donald Glover, and he was like, "How are you not going to be pansexual in space?" That's kind of how I feel about sexuality. Right? Like, when it comes to space travel and stuff, I feel like it's their understanding of sexuality has to be so completely different from our understanding, especially with all of the different types of people that there are in the universe. Yeah. I just always really liked that was Donald Glover's answer to that.
Yeah.
So I 100% see that with Poe.
Yeah. Okay, Sports Mafia again.
Love Sports Mafia.
His reaction to Holdo makes me think he's pansexual more than anything.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That's fair.
I feel like Kylo, too, is not, just like Adam Driver, does not give off the right vibes for a romance with Daisy Ridley.
With
Is that
Daisy
her
Ridley,
name?
yeah.
Yeah. Like, him and his refrigerator abs, like, just need to be off by himself. Like,
Yeah,
just being like, you're nothing. You're no one. Like, but he's like talking in the mirror to his refrigerator abs.
Oh no! Oh no! Yeah, because Adam Driver is like a legitimately very, very good actor, and that's not the vibe that I've gotten from the way he plays Kylo.
Mm-hmm.
It's not leaning towards a romance, and I know he could do that because I've watched Adam Driver act, and he's very good at it.
You're talking about Dead Don't Die?
No. I'm not talking about that. I mean, he is funny in the Dead Don't Die for what he was given. He does it really well. And he's really good in Logan Lucky. He's amazing in Logan Lucky.
He is.
But, like, Adam Driver's a very good actor.
Yeah.
You know, he was on Girls for, like, a bunch of seasons.
I did not know that.
Yeah.
I didn't watch Girls.
I didn't either. I found that out and I was like, oh my god, he was someone before Star Wars? I'm sorry, Adam Driver.
No, he just appeared in Star Wars.
Just got dropped in.
He just walked in with his pants pulled up to here. He's like, hey guys, I heard you need a bad guy.
He was in Llewyn Davis, the movie with Oscar Isaac. What is it? It's something Llewyn Davis. But he's like a side character that's only there to go, odor. Space! Odor. Space! Inside Llewyn Davis.
Mm-hmm.
That's what it is.
Oh yeah, he was really good in Black Klansman too.
Oh my god, yes! I knew that there was something that I couldn't remember where I saw him as a dramatic actor, and he was very good. He was really good in Black Klansman.
Mm-hmm. Oh, Leiserberg said that Adam Driver and Daisy Ridley do have good chemistry, but it's like Joker-Batman chemistry.
Exactly.
And not like Batman-Catwoman chemistry.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Totally agree. 100%.
Yeah, they feel like opposites.
Yeah.
And it feels like Last Jedi just really went to lengths to show that, like, there could have been overlap. Mm-hmm. But at their core, they are opposites.
Yeah.
Did we watch Into the Spider-Verse? Yes.
We watched it like a billion times.
You watched it a billion times.
I did?
No, yeah, that's the meme.
Oh.
I was trying to start the meme.
You watched it.
No, you watched it. You watched it a million times.
No, we saw it like... How many
F
times
in
in the
chat
theater?
For that dead meme.
Oh. We saw it like 2 times in the theater. Did we see it 3 times in the theater?
I saw it 3 times, I know. So I think we saw it 3 times.
I think we saw it 3 times. And then you bought the DVD or the Blu-ray?
I bought the Blu-ray and then
we've been watching
DVD to it. Yeah.
We've been watching it on Netflix.
Yeah, we watch it at least once, maybe twice.
Yeah. We've watched it twice.
Yeah, it's so good.
It's
Spider-Gwen is amazing, especially this version of her.
I would love to cosplay that version of Spider-Gwen.
Thank you, Enfys, for the F in the chat for the dead meme. He's murdered by my good friend here. Yes, Miles is the softest and best boy.
I literally can't get through the opening scene of him not knowing the lyrics to Sunflower. Nevertheless. It's the softest and cutest.
Yeah, I'm a big fan of Into the Spider-Verse. It's probably why I have most of the pops from it.
Yeah, that is your collection. Brian's really into collecting the Spider-Man, Spider-Verse pops. So, like, you have most of the Spider-Verse ones, Into the Spider-Verse, and then the whole Venom collection, and then a bunch of the just Spider-Man
Yeah.
in general.
I like the Spider-Man pops. They're really cool. I liked Spider-Man a lot as a kid, especially the animated series.
Yeah.
He's not my favorite hero, but
Spider-Man was my favorite
he's
when
a
I was
lot
a
of fun.
kid, because I was a kid when the Sam Raimi movies were coming out, so...
Okay. Yeah, so...
yeah, same. Yeah.
Yeah. That scene in Into the Spider-Verse.
Yes, where they reference Spider-Man 3.
That was great.
It was great.
Oh, man.
No, but, like, I really want to do Spider-Gwen from the Into the Spider-Verse as a cosplay eventually, but my next cosplay is a Midsommar cosplay.
Mm-hmm.
That's
Which is
the
gonna
plan.
Be great.
It's gonna be so awesome. If people have seen Midsommar, and we refuse to pronounce it Midsummer, it's spelled Midsommar.
It's Midsommar.
That's the cosplay I'm working on until, like, March. It's gonna take me a bit, but I'm really excited about it, because that's when Emerald City Comic-Con is in March.
Yeah. It'll be really awesome.
It's gonna be so cool.
It'll be really cool.
Midsommar is like an indie horror movie. It got a little wider release because it was by the same guy who did Hereditary, but it's not a horror movie so much as a suspense movie.
Yeah, it's a
psychological
suspense movie. I wouldn't call it a psychological thriller.
No.
Because that usually means, like, crime sort of stuff.
It's a dread movie. Where,
it is a dread movie.
Slow building dread.
Yeah.
But, like, I definitely look into, like, triggers and stuff if there's stuff that you're not going to be able to handle. It's incredibly gory. I've heard multiple people say that they almost vomited watching it. I was only okay because I've watched a lot of seasons of American Horror Story and all of Hannibal, and, like, that prepared me for the gore. But it's also, like, kind of a beautiful movie about feeling collective pain and accepting feeling pain. And, like, a big thing is, do you feel held by the person in your life? My sister called it a breakup movie. I've heard a lot of people call it, like, a bomb breakup movie.
That's great. Yeah, it also seemed to be, like, finding yourself outside of others. You know, it's not about dependence.
Yeah.
But it's about, you know, are the people that you lean on worthy of that lean? Are they safe to lean on?
Yeah, that's a good way to put it. Are they safe to lean on? And do you feel like you can lean on them, or do you feel like you have to hide kind of the horrors that you experience inside you?
Yeah.
Like, it made me cry. It's a movie that, like, I cried near the end, even if it's... Some of it is not about crying. Some of it, you're literally in the theater, like... It was a lot.
Yeah.
It's a great movie, though.
Yeah. A Midsummer Night's Nightmare.
Yes! What is the thing? So there's a thing near the end of Midsommar, without spoilers, where a character is basically completely covered in flowers. It's sort of like, it's like a cape, but you can't immediately tell it's a cape because it comes up to her chin and it goes, like, all the way around, and then she has a big flower crown. And I want to make that.
It's like picture is it Thing from Addams Family that's covered in hair?
Yeah, Thing that's covered in hair,
picture
but with flowers.
Thing, but flowers. And then, like, a little thing here for the face.
And that actress, Florence Pugh, I don't know how... Pugh. It might be, like... It's like P-U-G-H.
Pug. Pug.
She's one of those actresses where, like, she doesn't wear makeup for most of the movie, and it's one of the few times that I've, like, seen myself in a character to a point where I was like, okay, if I really worked, I could look like her. And someone else said afterwards, they were like, you look like that actress. And I was like, good, I thought I did, but I didn't want to, like, compare myself to an actress and be kind of full of myself. But I saw myself in her face, and that's why I wanted to do an outfit from that. Pew! It's like, pew!
Church bench. Church bench. Church bench. Church bench. Yeah. Oh man. Yeah. Do you watch Cameron Post?
I haven't yet. I think it just got put on a streaming service.
Okay.
And I really want to watch it. But, like, I have to prep myself. It's a movie set at a conversion camp, so, like, I have to psychologically prep myself with...
I've heard about that.
Yeah, with an actress I really hate. The one from Kick-Ass.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I don't remember her. Hit Girl. Yeah, I don't remember her name. I really hate that actress, but, like, I've heard that she turns in a very good performance in that movie. So it's building myself up to watch her for a couple of hours, but also building myself up psychologically to watch a movie set at a conversion camp is like a 1-2 punch.
Yeah.
Of waiting until the right time. It's like how I really want to watch that movie Disobedience, which is also about queer women, but, like, also it looks really sad. I have to build it up to the point that I can be like, okay, Rachel McAdams and Rachel Weisz are going to kiss in this, and you're going to have to push through all the sad to get to that.
Oh, it's on Hulu with HBO.
Oh, we have HBO.
We do have HBO. Why do you not like her? Chloe Grace Moretz.
Oh, Chloe Grace Moretz. I don't know. I just, like, she rubs me the wrong way. I don't know what it is about her. I feel like everyone gets to have one actor where they're like, I just don't like them. And you don't have, like, an explanation for it. Yep. And she's my actress.
Thurman.
Yeah.
She's your Uma Thurman.
She's my Uma Thurman. Where I just, like, I like the movies she's in, but I don't like the way she acts. Or something about her rubs me the wrong way.
Was she in a Carrie adaptation? The new Carrie?
Yes, she was in the 2013 Carrie, which I haven't watched yet.
Cameron Post is a decent movie, but a bad adaptation. A real bad adaptation.
Yeah, I've heard that because Cameron Post is one of my favorite books. That they really only focused on adapting, like, the last third, since it's a really chunky book. So a lot of the build-up for Cameron is before the conversion camp. And the movie is really just focused on
just the conversion camp.
Yeah. It's very much about, like, a girl in the Midwest in the 90s growing up and being a lesbian and what that means, and, like, also dealing with her parents' death, which happens, like, on the first page, and being an adolescent in the 90s in the Midwest without parents while also struggling with your sexuality. And so I've heard that it focuses a lot more on the conversion camp aspect rather than building up Cameron as a character for the first 2/3 of the story. Yeah. It's unfortunate.
Yeah. Anna, who is the person, like, who's the character in Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.? Because if it's, like, the main girl, then, yeah, I'm there with you. Has anyone watched Simple Favors as well? And
oh, yes.
Oh, my God.
We saw it in the theater, and then as soon as it came out, I bought a copy, and we rewatched it.
It's so
I'm
good.
obsessed with the Simple Favor. It is absolutely balls to the wall, like, what is going to happen next in this film, but it's also great, and if you like looking at just ridiculously hot women,
yes,
ideal. Not even just women, because Henry Golding,
the husband,
yeah,
he's gorgeous too.
He is also gorgeous.
Oh my God!
So if you want to watch a movie about gorgeous people being gorgeous, A Simple Favor. Also, girls kiss. It's amazing.
And I quoted it today. There was a hybrid, and I said, America's hybrid, silent but deadly.
Yes! Every time I apologize, I hear Blake Lively softly telling me to not apologize. That movie killed me like 8 times.
Yeah, it's so good. I love that movie so much. I had to be warmed to Anna Kendrick. Like, yeah, same. Mostly because of Pitch Perfect. Like, Pitch Perfect, I understand people who like it. I understand that it's okay. You know, it's not my cup of tea. Right? And I associate her with that. And then I'm like, oh, wait, she's in Scott Pilgrim? Oh, wait, she's in this thing?
Yeah.
Oh, wait, she's in A Simple Favor? Like...
It adds up, and all of a sudden you're like, wait, Anna Kendrick has been, like, slowly but surely saving films.
Yeah. Oh, I love her in 50/50.
Oh, that's
as
right,
the
she is
counselor.
in 50/50. She's great as Jessica in the Twilight Saga. She is somehow in, like, every one of those movies.
Yeah, she's great in somehow finding a way into those movies. Yeah, Blake Lively is so...
she's so hot. Oh my god. Every time she wears a different suit, my soul leaves my body for a few minutes.
Into the Woods, she was in that.
Oh, that's right!
Yeah, she's Scott Pilgrim's sister. Anna Kendrick is Scott Pilgrim's sister. And what's great is she's supposed to be his younger sister, but Anna Kendrick is older, than Michael Cera.
Yeah.
Mr. Right. I haven't seen Mr. Right.
Mr. Right.
Were you Team Edward or Team Jacob? I was Team Mustache Dad.
I used to be...
I was Team Dogface Painting.
Team Dogface Painting. I used to be in that camp that happened, like, when the Twilight movies were still coming out, where I was like, I'm Team Edward in the books, Team Jacob in the movies. And it's just because we all thought Jacob was hot, and we didn't think they did a good job adapting Edward. I'm Team Bella. She gets to do whatever she wants, and what she wants more than anything else is to bone, and I support her.
I'm Team Jasper.
Oh my god, right? Jasper and Alice? I'm Team Alice. No, but like, when I read the books, I was Team Edward. When I read the books, I'm still Team Edward. I know that they're not good books. I know that they have horrible ideals for what a romantic relationship should be, but...
Both Edward and Jacob are bad news,
they're
Bella.
Bad news.
Go find yourself a stable man.
They're bad news, but as, like, coming from a nostalgic place, I loved Bella and Edward. But I'm Team Bella, and Bella wants to bone, and it's unfortunate that 4 books and 5 movies were spent having men be like, no, Bella, you can't bone. Like, let Bella have sex.
And Fizz. Bone!
Yes! That is the only reason I keep saying bone. It is exclusively because of Captain Holt.
Yeah. And, yes, Team Please Let Charlie Be Happy. Right? Let Mustache Dad have a moment of peace. What do you mean you can't tell me and you got married and now you have a niece who said something and what? Did you know that this guy can turn into a dog? Do you turn into a dog? No? Okay, I'm gonna go home and just get drunk off of my ass.
I just wish the best for Charlie every day of my life. Charlie seemed like the most supportive person for Bella as far as her sexual drive, too. Like, he was the one who was kind of like, are you being safe? And good.
Yeah.
Support your child and her decisions.
Like, I don't want to know about it, but if you're doing it, have fun. Be safe. Don't...
I'm Team Charlie.
Yeah, Team Charlie. Hashtag Team Charlie. Speaking of Twilight and Chief Dad, have y'all tried Rainers yet?
I don't know Rainers.
Yes, we are going to decorate for Halloween.
Yes, that is the plan.
Cece just found a central component for our decorations.
I just got the Hocus Pocus Pops. I got the Spirit of Halloween. Or Spirit Halloween.
Just Spirit Halloween.
Spirit Halloween.
Not Spirit of Halloween, just Spirit Halloween.
I got the exclusive that's the Sanderson sisters around the cauldron, and that might be going on the mantelpiece.
Oh, emphasis, yes. The CGI Hell Baby in Breaking Dawn is the definition of nightmare fuel.
Have you seen what the original Nightmare Baby looked like? Because they did the original version with, like, the doll that they CG animated.
Yeah.
That does legitimately haunt my nightmares. Renes.
Oh
no.
Reconnection successful. Hooray. Oh no.
Oh no.
No, no. Oh no. Are we back?
Are we back?
I think we might be back.
I think we're back.
Oh no. When Stockholm Syndrome makes you want to bone, hashtag The Handmaid's Tale. Oh. Did they make a zombie guy from Hocus Pocus into a pop? I hope.
They didn't.
Oh.
My buddy, my pal, my good friend Doug Jones did not get a Funko Pop.
Oh.
Did you know that he's Billy?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Any lanky, tall guy most likely is your good pal, good friend, buddy-o yours.
Doug Jones.
Doug Jones. Hey, we're back.
Yay!
Birth scene. Yeah. 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 Oh, man. Yeah. A Doug Jones line of Funko Pops. They're just a little taller.
Yeah. They made the gentleman from Buffy. That exists as a pop, and it's pretty cool.
Yeah. Silver Surfer's coming soon.
Silver Surfer's coming soon. We have Abe Sapien, though that one's more based in the comics than the movie. One. But they have...
Was he Fishman in Guillermo del Toro's?
Yes.
Yeah, so we have him.
Shape of Water.
The Amphibian Man.
We do have Amphibian Man from Shape of Water. Did they make a...
Yes, they did.
They did.
They did.
I'm glad that you understood what I meant.
Yeah.
Pan's Labyrinth.
Pan's Labyrinth, yeah.
They made him.
They also have the Pan. He did the Pan, too.
Yeah. Oh, really? He was the Fawn?
He was the Fawn.
Oh, I didn't know that.
I'm fairly certain he did the Fawn.
I mean, that makes sense.
Correct me if I'm wrong.
There are a couple of ghosts or creatures that he plays in Crimson Peak. But I think they only made a couple of Crimson Peak Funko Pops. I think they just made Tom Hiddleston and maybe the main girl, which is a shame because if there's one thing that can be said about Crimson Peak, it's that it looked amazing. So,
I think his character from Discovery got one too.
Oh, yeah, that makes sense. That would make sense that he would have one. I think he was in another show, like a show that was on Sci-Fi or something that had Pops made. The Strain. Didn't they make Strain Funko Pops?
I
don't know if
seen something about that.
They made the Ancient, but I thought he was in that. He was.
The Ancient from Phantoms?
Yeah. No. No, not Phantoms.
Have you ever watched Lucifer?
No. I've heard that I should.
Yeah.
Especially since I love, like, demon angel everything. And not because of Supernatural. It's because of Hellboy. Get your facts right. I am a Guillermo del Toro stan first, and Supernatural's bitch second.
Sci-fi. Anyone else hyped about the Raven Cycle series? Probably not. I don't think Cece is looking forward to it. She's not a big fan of the Raven Cycle. Just the whole boys turning into birds thing really turns her off.
My God. No, I feel like I used to have more anxiety spirals about the Raven Cycle show. Like, I used to go off and be like, you know what I'm really worried about? And I'd end up on the floor just being like, and then what if they don't do this because they didn't do that?
And Leia's just like, I don't know, feed me.
I'm really excited about it. I think casting is going to be key.
Sorry. Enfys, your comment wins the whole live stream. I wonder how many trained birds they'll need on set to play the boys.
No! They need at least one trained bird, but it's not one of the boys. It's Chainsaw, the Raven.
Chainsaw?
Yeah, Ronan names her Chainsaw.
Oh, that's awesome.
He has a little baby bird that he feeds from his backpack at school during the day, and her name is Chainsaw. And she has a name that she calls him, a very specific call. What?
Oh,
No!
a solid follow-up. A solid follow-up.
Don't bring up Skillshare. I can't do this. I'm really excited about the Raven. Oh my god.
Sorry.
No, they cannot actually turn into birds. Why do you do this?
Because I'm evil.
No, I'm excited about the Raven Cycle series as long as it is well cast. Maggie is writing the pilot, and I have a lot of faith in that. I think it's a big deal to make it atmospheric, but my love of the Magicians and the atmosphere that they managed to portray in the Magicians is exactly the atmosphere that I want for the Raven Cycle.
Mm-hmm.
So the fact that it's on the same network and the fact that they get to say fuck in that show leaves me a lot of hope. I don't know if they'll let Ronan say fuck in the Raven Cycle show, but it's what he deserves. That's my biggest fear. Yeah. My biggest fear in this universe is that Ronan can't say fuck. Kind of hope they do turn into birds now. No, God.
Jonna, you're right. The Magicians TV show is great.
Yeah.
Which is part of the reason that and The Expanse, like those two shows, I'm like, oh yeah, sci-fi can make some decent TV.
Some good TV.
It's the right cat.
Yeah, there's a bit where Ronan says, I'm being perfectly fucking civil, and I would be so upset if he didn't get to say that line. There's a line in, I think it's Blue Lily, Lily Blue, where something deeply upsetting and scary happens, and I believe Ronan's exact words are, Jesus, shit, Mary, fuck, and I would be really upset if he didn't get to say that. I just want Ronan to curse.
Oh, Sendequenta, yeah, they do really turn into...
No!
Just keep reading. Eventually you'll get to the part. If it doesn't happen in book 1, just keep going. Maybe it was like book 2 or 3. Just keep reading them. I'm getting people to read them.
Under false pretenses.
It's fine.
You know, Raven Cycle is a perfect series for it. They're just really good friends. Like, some of them also are in relationships, but the entire thing is just like how in love with each other they all are, because friendship is all that matters to them, and they're all in deep friendship love, and that is very important to me. Gansey as a character is like, I'm gonna have 8 panic attacks in a row and dissociate because I love my friends so much and I don't know how to help them, and that's a mood.
Yeah.
That's a mood.
Yeah.
See, Cece as a... I don't know. I think boobs in general are great.
I agree.
Boobs are good. I don't...
We stand boobs.
We stand boobs. Oh my god. What if someone turns on the live stream right now?
Welcome to the live stream. We're talking about boobs. I mean, 4 people have started watching in the last 5 minutes.
That's what I'm talking about.
Welcome to the boob stream.
That's not what this is. We're not the boob stream. No.
So we were talking earlier about the Sony Disney Spider-Man thing. We miss Spider-Man being in the Marvel Universe because it was so good for him.
It was so good for him.
And I'm so mad at Marvel and Disney for being greedy little bitches.
Who somehow don't have enough money yet.
Yeah.
Even though they have all of the fucking money.
Kappa Book says, problems of a book nerd after dark.
Yeah, in live streams after dark, I say fuck and talk about boobs.
We're all breast friends. It's all right.
Oh, boo.
And now YouTube has demonetized the chat.
No.
Yes. Bookshelf confessions. Yes. There better not be any female presenting nipples or Tumblr will cross dimensions and demonetize this.
Yes! Yes!
Oh, that's fantastic. Oh, man.
Oh, female presenting nipples. While we are still doing this, we need to ask what we're eating for dinner.
Oh, yeah.
What are we eating for dinner?
Are we asking them?
No, I'm asking you if we should order food.
I mean, we can, yeah. We were going to do steak tacos, but we can always order food.
I don't know. I'm just, like, it's 7:30, so I'm like, my brain's like,
we can order.
We
can order food.
Okay, I kind of want to order food.
Okay, then let's order food.
Okay, it's my turn. We're going to order food so that we're also eating. And probably we'll close out this live stream somewhat soon. Since it's 7 p.m. and we've been going for over 3 hours.
Whatever's behind Brian looks like a person.
Whatever. Is it the chair?
I think it's the chair.
I think it's the gaming chair.
Yeah. Or is it a person? We've suddenly become a low-budget horror film. Sorry, we were talking about breasts, so it's a low-budget horror film.
Oh, you're right. I think I mentioned Evelyn Hugo thoughts earlier. I have concerns. I have very intense concerns. Get pizza.
We would get pizza if everyone in this apartment liked pizza. But
I don't like pizza.
How do you not like pizza?
I'm sorry. I don't like pizza. I'm sorry.
Oceanus, you might be interested to know that there was recently a court in, now I forget where it was. But an appeals court struck down a ban on women having their chest bare in public. And
that's right.
Overturned a bunch of rulings.
Like statewide rulings.
Yeah. So like Utah, Colorado, and like 4 other states, it's now technically legal for women to be topless in public.
Yeah. Which
doesn't mean that the cops won't still arrest you because they don't know.
Yeah, in America, it's a federal ruling. Let's see. Is it a federal ruling? I thought it was.
I don't think it is. I think it's more that just cops are ignorant sometimes, just like any person is ignorant sometimes.
Oh, no. Yeah. That's what I mean. I just meant someone said, is that in America? And I said, yes, it's a federal ruling.
Okay, yeah. I don't know if it's a federal ruling, but it is an American thing.
Okay.
Yeah. America's like, violence, yay! Nudity, yeah. Right? So like the opposite of the EU.
Yeah. Let's see. I love how we started off all innocent talking about Harry Potter and now...
Yeah. That's what happens as the sun goes down.
Yeah. Owl, I hope that you and your wife also get food.
More stuff about breasts and tits.
Yeah, free the nipples. Immediately unsubscribes over pizza. Fair. There's nothing inherently wrong with pizza. I have to say something even more controversial now.
Yeah.
I don't like cheese.
Yeah. I'm thinking maybe you might want to get tested for lactose intolerance.
Oh, I'm like...
Okay. Oh my God.
You guys?
Fury fell down there thinking Cora was not Cora, but was just an empty part of the couch. And Cora reacted in terror, which sent Fury running in terror.
That makes sense.
Oh my goodness, poor girl.
Yeah, I'm like 80% sure I'm lactose intolerant. It's sort of like my sister is like 80%. She's like 90% sure she's lactose intolerant. I don't eat enough dairy that it's a problem.
Yeah.
But I dislike enough dairy that it's very likely.
Yeah, and pizza is just a giant disc of dairy.
Yeah.
It's a giant dairy disc.
It's a dairy disc. A dairy disc. A dairy disc. So yeah, I don't like cheese. I like cheese on some stuff, but like there's so much cheese on pizza that it means I don't eat pizza very often. Can't wait to lose subscribers over cheese and pizza.
Daughter doesn't like pizza, and she's pretty rad. Yeah. You can dislike pizza and still be good. It's fine. She's service.
That's true.
That's fair.
Brian did make Harry Potter not innocent earlier. He made it disgusting.
with my student teacherships.
Oh,
yeah.
No.
Did the couch eat a pet? Yes, it did.
Yes, it did. It ate Fury, our cat. Her name's Furiosa, after the character from Mad Max. A lot of people think she's named after, like, the Night Furies. But she's named after Furiosa because Fury is missing a back leg. So she was named after Furiosa, who doesn't have an arm in the Mad Max series. But you can also include Night Furies because the Night Fury in How to Train Your Dragon is also missing part of his limb. So it works on all fronts.
Yeah.
It's a good name. Oh, okay, let's see. I'm not reading that.
Cooked cheese is good. You know what? I would love some baby back barbecue ribs too. In fact, barbecue sounds really good. If only someone in this apartment didn't dislike barbecue. So.
I don't like when meat is sweet. I don't like sweet meat.
No sweet meats. No dairy discs.
Stop calling me out. The people don't need to know how picky I am.
Oh, not Nick Fury. She has both eyes.
Where did she go?
I don't know.
Oh, there she is.
Yeah,
Hi, Fury.
All of our furniture is black, and her being pure black just blends in, and she disappears.
Fury is like a void. When you try to take photos of Fury, you're trying to take a photo of a cat-shaped hole in the universe where nothing exists.
I like barbecue pizza. Like,
God,
so
my worst enemy.
right. And barbecue pizza tends to have pineapple on it too. So it's like a luau in pizza form, and it's great. It's very different than regular pizza.
Yeah.
You're just taking barbecue stuff and putting it into pizza form. So you're forcing it upon the pizza.
And it's weird because, like, there are some Hawaiian dishes I really like, but I don't really like teriyaki. Because, again, it's, like, sweet.
Love me some teriyaki.
I know you do.
Does Cece like any food?
Okay, listen, I actually like a lot of food. I just don't like a lot of American staples. Right? Isn't that more fair?
That's fair.
Like, generally speaking, I don't eat that many American staple foods. I love and will eat, like, any Thai food. I live for Thai food. I really love Indian food. I like a lot of Japanese and Chinese cuisine. I just don't tend to like pizza and barbecue.
Burgers.
And burgers.
Yeah. It's probably just overused and, especially if you eat a lot of it, like growing up.
Mexican food. I love a ton of different Mexican food. Yeah.
Zombie cupcakes. I love it. Sweet meat and the dairy discs. That does sound great.
Band name.
For some reason, it feels like Motown.
Yes, it does. 100%.
As a Texan, I get excited about barbecue up until I heard sweet, and now I'm horrified. I mean, yeah, I like all different kinds of barbecue.
Yeah, if it's not like, if there's like a sweet tang, I'm way more inclined to enjoy it.
Like, you like Memphis style.
Yeah.
And you'd probably like Texas style too. There's a lot of different types of barbecue from regions.
I think it comes from, like, I really don't like Sloppy Joes, and I had to eat so many Sloppy Joes, and that flavor, like, really turned me off from a lot of other flavors like it, which is, I don't know, I always viewed Sloppy Joes as, like, a sweet meat situation, and I had to eat it so often, because my aunt would always serve it when I went over to stay with my cousins. I don't like meatloaf at all.
I just have to catch you up.
Okay.
Oceana said lesbians equals vegetarian, changed my mind. But Owl said vegetarians.
Well, yeah. Vegetarians.
I love it. I love it. Mac and cheese pizza sounds amazing, Enfys. That sounds great.
And I am like a meat eater.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
yeah,
a steak is my favorite food, and like I grew up eating meat to the point that I have vegetarian family members who push really hard against other family members to try to get them to be vegetarian or be vegan. And my cousin was once like, I can't picture a world where I have that conversation with you, because like there are people who eat meat and there are people who love it. And, like, that's me. I'm, like, a connoisseur of meat. And so it's just, like, we just don't even cross that line with each other.
Kim, yes, we can be best friends now. I'm kicking out CC. And we can eat the barbecue pizza.
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
Shadow, I'm glad you got to join. There wasn't going to be a stream tonight. This was just random.
Yeah.
We decided to hang out while we were moving, and then we stopped moving.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, also, Anna, we're not in Utah anymore.
Yeah.
We now live in Washington State, and there is a greater diversity of food here. It looks great.
Oh my god, there's so many Thai places, and Japanese and Chinese, and I'm like, there's a few Vietnamese places that I've been interested in trying.
There's a ton of Vietnamese
here. There's a ton here.
Like
the type of food that you're less likely to get here is Mexican food, which is like
Mexican and good barbecue apparently.
Yeah, is like
hard to get.
A tragedy. But
we bought tamales from a guy in a Walmart parking lot, and they were amazing.
Only way to get tamales. Yeah. They were so good.
Any parking lot, any Walmart parking lot, you can usually find someone selling tamales, and they're always amazing.
They're so good.
Eliza, chicken tenders are so good. You know what's strange? We went to DQ today, because every other drive-through was packed, and their chicken tenders were really good.
They were actually quite good.
Yeah.
They had really good chicken tenders. I liked the Jack in the Box chicken tenders I got. I think I got spicy chicken tenders when we were driving here. Those were good. We don't have Jack in the Box in Utah, so gotta taste the new things.
Enfys, one of my favorite scenes in all media is from Cloud Atlas when the old man says, "Silent Green is people." Just the way he does it, it's amazing. Meatloaf, I think, can be good if it's done well.
Maybe I've never had a good meatloaf.
I could make a meatloaf. It's really just like a homemade burger, but you put breadcrumbs and egg in it, and it's.
Okay.
I like to eat it as a burger. It just becomes a heartier burger.
Okay.
So, Enfys, we talked about how we would have to take a day trip to Forks. And we'll definitely be doing that at some point.
Definitely. That was my biggest thing when moving here. I was like, we have to go to Forks.
Yeah.
I kind of want to go to Port Angeles, too, because that's another big Twilight location.
Yeah. Oh, Shadow, if you're still here, bye. But thanks for stopping in. Love seafood. Yeah, I'm excited to eat more seafood.
Oh, yeah. Here. We haven't really had the opportunity. Yeah. That was my favorite thing about living on the East Coast was access to incredible seafood. Oh, my God. Oh, my God. I remember when I was in Boston, I got a clam chowder, and I was like, this is the life. This is exactly as good as everyone has led me to believe. Yeah.
I really want to just, we got to spend some time, along the coast just eating at places. Yeah. Because, oh, man. I once, when I was in Boston, and I got a lobster roll, it was just from some small, no-name place, but it was fresh lobster, and it was $8, and it was the best thing I've ever eaten.
Yes, 100%. Yes.
Yeah, but garbage is... you got to eat the garbage, Oceanus, because that's called recycling.
Since the ocean is 98% garbage, is that what that says?
Yeah, I refuse to eat seafood.
That's fair.
I thought it was because you were allergic to fish. Didn't you say you were allergic to fish? Was that someone else? Yeah. Oh, yeah. She's still here listening. She just can't message, like, at all. Sorry. I don't know why I said she. I meant Shadow. Shadow said.
Yeah.
Yeah. Marine biologist here. Not 98% garbage, but getting there. Yup.
Yup.
Okay, Laura, good night. Thanks for
Good
hanging
night. Yes, thank you for hanging out. Thank you, everybody, for hanging out.
out. Do we want to wrap it up?
Yeah, we probably need to wrap it up so that we can eat food.
Yeah, really appreciate y'all coming and hanging out with us.
Thanks for keeping us company. This was fun.
Yeah.
It was fun to have another person here to help me with a live show. It was fun to hang out with Brian and chat with all of you. Because this is...
Better be fun hanging out with me. You do it a lot.
I know, I do it a lot. You're like the only person I hang out with.
Do you want to say goodnight, Cora?
Yeah, do you want to say goodnight? Come here. Come here.
Oh, slow dog.
Slow doggo.
You slow old girl.
Oh, yes. Look at her. Look at... Oh, don't you want to say goodbye to the people? To the people?
High five. Can you high five to wave for them? No? Can you shake? No? Oh, there you go. The slowest shake ever. Can you other shake? No, that's shake. Other shake? I'm dead.
Oh, jeez.
That's a perfect way to end this stream.
Yeah, truly. Okay. You guys need your own podcast for real. All right. Thanks, everybody.
No.
Bye.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.